Welcome, chat. This is it. Of course, you're here at the World Warrior South Asia Regional Finals. I'm Gupshup. With me, I have FR. FR, how you feeling?
Hey, I'm feeling splendid. How about you?
Yeah, man, it feels so good. Feels good to have you back, man. Like for the people who've been watching the tournaments, you must have seen FR play. You know, in this season, last season, he was on the couch with us. He's back on the helm for the regional finals today. There's going to be a lot of great matches. This is it. This is the culmination of everything we've been watching. All the players, all the efforts, all the matches, all the training. Today we find out who the best player is in our South Asia region, FR.
Yeah. Oh, or at least the best player on this night, in like today. You know.
That's actually more accurate. That's way more accurate.
Yeah.
Who's the best player today?
Yeah. Usually it's like a cinch. It's like a guaranteed thing for Ionic almost. But you know, like this past season, things have been a little bit more upended. You know, like Tony winning the last tournament here, and yeah, like he really surprised everyone. And you know, like even Raihan's been putting up a good fight, but just like last year, you know, at the end of the day, there's only been one non-Ionic winner, like at a time, I guess, for the whole season, right? For any given World Warrior event. So yeah, Ionic is still a big threat, but who knows? We, like you said, we might have a surprise in our hands today. But
For sure.
yeah. So yeah, it's been a pretty interesting season with a lot of stuff going on, lots of character swaps from Ionic and Raihan and other players, I guess, like so. Prince once in a while trying out the Dalsim, Devil Sim on the Zangief.
Oh yeah, what an interesting like switch up we've seen like mid-season. Like as you said, also like we saw Ionic win 4 of the 5 events. Tony won the last one. For people who haven't watched some of the events, to catch you up, let's look at the leaderboard also as we discuss everything that's happened this season. As you mentioned, Raihan, you know, he's the guy with like the most characters. Just like appearances in this tournament. I think he's like played 5 to 6 different characters. Of course, a modern player, really strong coming in.
Yeah, he's basically the Johnny Depp of our region. He's the man of many faces, you know.
He absolutely is. I think after him, it would be SI. SI has also won the event with 3 different characters, if I'm not wrong.
Right.
Then we have Prince. Prince is the favorite from India. You know, also like the highest placing and the only guy in winners from India. We've seen him in the Blanca, as you said. We saw him try out the Dalsim. I don't know if we're going to see Dalsim today. Let's see, we'll find out pretty quick. Then, of course, Badsha, Mia. You played with all of these players in this series of events. So I would love to hear what you've been seeing these players, the change, the improvement, what's been happening, what's the mentality going into this final event.
So I think overall, as a region, we have gotten stronger. South Asia has gotten stronger. There's no doubt like about it, you know. See, everyone has improved a fair bit, has tried out more characters, has gotten more experience with everything. So moving on to the bottom half, over here we have Badsha Mia at 4th, Tony 97 at 5th. Both of these players have been sparring each other on and off throughout the whole season. Tony 97, I know for a fact that he got done with like a major part of his schooling, like his university courses or something, and he got to give a lot of time to the game. God bless him. So Devil Sim has switched to Zangief. Here we don't see his Dalsim as much anymore from like what I've seen. Like maybe he used to be a Dalsim with a pocket Zangief, and now he's a Zangief with a pocket Dalsim almost. So Nubrito, our child prodigy, has been performing very consistently, but unfortunately has been having harsh drops and, you know, tilting moments here and there. I guess he still has that, you know, mental progression left to go through with in terms of, you know, like the, you know, keeping yourself from tilting. Something I struggle myself with a fair bit, you know. And
it's only human.
Yeah. And you know, like Kyrie up as well, you know, really going up the ranks, really putting his work in, improving a lot, like having a lot more self-restraint from before. And you know, like to be very fair and honest with you, like all 8 of these players, anyone could take it. It could be just anyone. Like we said at the start, it could be them on their best day versus like, you know, our forerunners, the top players over here, maybe perhaps being on their like worst day. That is possible.
Yeah,
you know?
Like to your point, like if you see people's points, they're quite consistent. But then you see Tony, right? There's suddenly 25-20 and then there's a 50 with the first place win, right? That was Tony's day. Tony just played hot, did not drop a single set, went to Grands through winners and then beat Ionic. and took the entire tournament. This could happen today as well, and like as you said, carry up is a bit of a shocker qualifier because there were so many strong players. I remember there was going to be like a 4-way tie almost, and Carey was the player who sort of was cut above the rest and got into the top 8. So it is a bit of a proving ground for him now in losers. He's also, as you said, playing against the young prodigy Noob Rito. No, sorry, he's playing against Tony, who is the winner from the last cup. So it's going to be tough, Manon and Ken. So those are some of the talking points, some of the interesting things that are going to happen. Some of the new matches essentially, like Sionic, Bachamiya we've seen, Raihan Prince we've seen. Tony and Carry Up is a bit of a throw up, and with that, let's get into the bracket. These are the matches we're going to be seeing today. Sionic Bachamiya is a staple at this point. It's one of those like classic Goku Vegeta sort of situations where these players might just be number 1, number 2. That's a throw up there. But yeah, how are you feeling going into this particular match, SI and Bacha?
So Sionic and Bacha, like it's historically been very much like Bachamiya favored. Sionic favored. My bad. I'm not.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
I don't mean to be rewriting history here, But there have been moments where Bacha was on his best day and Sionic was maybe on his like worst day. It just happened to. There was a win last year for Bachamiya in one set, but unfortunately that did not end up converting into Bachamiya win for the tournament. It was an Sionic win. So yeah, historically Sionic has been very dominant. Some people in the scene have been even known to say that Bachamiya has some sort of a mental block here, some sort of like some things he just struggles with in this player matchup and just ends up choking out.
Yeah.
But we'll see if the song remains the same today. We'll see if that is still the case.
Yeah,
and
on the larger like trend of just beyond just Bacha and SI, just SI is the favorite to win this tournament.
Right.
For anybody who hasn't been watching the tournaments, he is the favorite in any of these matchups to win. So like Bacha and Sionic very much follows the same trend, with the nuances of how much these people have played against each other in the tournaments, in high pressure settings, in grand finals and losers finals. They've been everywhere and back. So that'll be pretty exciting to see. Raihan and Prince though, that's always feels so 50-50. I think last 2 times Raihan was the winner. Before that, Prince was the winner. I also don't know who Raihan is going to come up with today with the modern controls. I'm pretty sure Prince is sticking with the Blanca. So it's hard to prepare for a player like that also, and like the only modern player who is at this level. So it's always a tough sort of preparation game against Raihan always.
Yeah, so here I'm gonna go out and say it's gonna be a safe bet to expect a Luke out of Raihan, but he could surprise us. You never know what that guy's cooking, really.
Yeah. So like my favorite thing in the tournament has ever, like in all the events, has been the Raihan Jamie. The Raihan Jamie will do a DP to everything. Drive rush, gets caught with DP. You just walk in, you try to press a button, gets caught with DP. I remember I just started counting it. I counted like 7 DPs in one round.
Yeah.
It was insane. So I would love to see the Jamie. I would love to see the Lily. We don't get to see that character too often, but I think you're right. I think we're going to be seeing the Luke.
Yeah, overall, I'd say Raihan is really good at structuring his observations both on read and both on offense and defense. So when he thinks you're not respecting DPs as much, he will latch onto it pretty quickly. It's just that every once in a while he'll have execution problems, even in modern. Sometimes this controller issues and things like that just happen. So moving on to Kyrie Up and Tony. By the way, am I saying his name right? Is it Kyrie Up or?
I think it's Kyrie Up. I think either of them. He's never corrected me, and I've hung out with him a couple of times. I just call him Carry.
All right.
Carry Up or Kyrie Up, I think both fly.
Okay. So Tony is in this matchup, I'd say based off of my own personal observations, I'd say he's the favorite person over here. But still,
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyrie Up still has a lot of tricks up his sleeve in terms of like his unpredictability. People like to say that he doesn't care about how much drive gauge you or he has, or how much super gauge you or he has, or even health for that matter. If he thinks you're gonna do something, he's just gonna go for the counterplay for that preemptively, you know?
Yeah, we were talking about this before stream started. Like, it's called getting Kyrie up. You know, like, you could be playing your best and then suddenly you get Kyrie up. It's like the Pokemon in the bushes. Suddenly Kyrie up shows up with a scan. He makes some interesting decisions. We'll call it interesting for now. And he just, in FT2s, he's a very, very, very scary person to play against. You know, I want to see the carry up today who can do set play, you know? That's a carry up that's tough to find. His set play is getting carry up where it's like there is, I can't see the logic behind this, but there is some internal logic because clearly he is here, right?
Yes.
He's top 8 in the region. This is not a fluke. This is not randomness. There is some method behind this madness. But I hope we get to see a bit more method today in the finals than the madness, you know?
Yeah.
So Tony, maybe it's scarier to see the madness, but you know, as a player who knows Carey's potential, you know, and also Ken as a character, Ken's potential, you know? So I would love to see a bit more optimization there, a bit more optimized, as you said, like drive usage, meter usage, so all those things. We'll see what happens. Tony was playing out of his goddamn mind in the last tournament. He's playing so hard, it felt like he couldn't make a single wrong decision, you know? I wonder if that gives him the confidence for today. Isn't losers, which is always scary, you know, you don't have a lifeline, you know, going into your first match. So let's see how Tony is feeling. We'll find out very soon. And then we have Nubrito, Devil. Oh god. Man, I love Nubrito. As you said, Child Prodigy on the Ken. Such an aggressive player against maybe possibly one of the most chill, grounded, you know, footsies, just zone you out, just walk in, you know, with the Zangief player. So it's going to be a sort of spectrum ends of playstyles in that matchup.
Yeah, I know for a fact that Nubrito's been going out of his way to talk to a lot of Zangief players and spar with them, trying to get more matchup experience and, you know, trying to fine-tune his reactions for this. But we'll see if that pays off. But overall, I'd say Devil Sim is sort of the favorite participant over here. So, yeah, we'll see how that shakes out.
Yeah, and chat, again, Nubrito's 13 years old. This guy is 13 years old. He came 7th in the whole tournament so far. He's here playing in the regional finals, and I wouldn't be surprised if he goes into like top 4, top 3, maybe wins it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm always rooting for him. You have to root for the young king. Also, before we go into our matches, let me just put the stakes up front. I don't know if everybody knows this, but this is the final. This is the regional finals. The World Warrior Series happens in all of the regions across the world. It's sponsored by Capcom. 38 entrants. All the winners will get to go to Capcom Cup 11. This is from 24 different regions around the world. Today, there's a total prize pool of $6,800. Okay, that is not normal for our region. It's not something that happens every day. It doesn't happen even every year. This is the only place it happens. First place takes $2,000 home, man. Second place, $1,500. Third place, $1,000. Fourth place is $700. Fifth and sixth tied is $500. 7th, 8th tied is $300. So even if you go out, you know, like a scrub today, your first match lost 3-0, you're still going home with $200, $300, you know. It is huge. Everything about this means a lot. Getting to go, you know, represent this region at the Capcom Cup 11 in March is huge. Those are the stakes, you know. So before we get into everything, we should know where we stand right now and what we're watching and what's at stake today. Okay, so I think we're going to be starting in 2 minutes. Our first game, of course, will be Sionic and Bacha Mia. Let's see what the picks are for today. It's most likely going to be an Akuma, but from SI, I really don't know. You know, I think it's a toss-up between Chun. It could be his Bison. We've seen him play a really strong Bison in the last 2 events. So yeah, we could see. For me, Sionic is the Chun-Li main.
Yeah, we've been sort of talking about this back and forth a bit over like. It's like he might switch back to the Chun, but a lot of people are expecting Akuma as well. Same with Bison. Like, so it's almost like I'd say people are expecting 30% chance of Bison, 30% chance of Akuma, 20% chance of Chun-Li. But hey, yeah, he's really proven to be proficient with all of these characters so far.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't see.
Yeah,
go on. Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah,
like just a bag of potential counter picks as well, you know. It is crazy, as you said, like the Terry is there, the Akuma's there, you know, then the Chun-Li is there, which is like so different from the Shotos. He can very much change the pace if he wants to at any point in the match, right? Let's say he picks his Akuma, they do a mirror, he picks the Bison, they do that matchup, whatever. It's not going his way. He can very easily change the pace with his Chun-Li. I recently went and like saw everybody's profiles, on CFN. And there it is. The S-Ionic Chun-Li. Man, I've missed this character and S-Ionic on it. We haven't seen it this season. Let's see if he still has it. I'm pretty sure he does. Chun-Li, S-Ionic, Bacha Mia on the Akuma.
Whipping the forward medium kick. I think he's looking to counter hit some of the normals coming in from Chun-Li here. Maybe to stop the fireball to get a trade. But alright. Drive rushing in. Gets cross-cutted right away from Bacha Mia. Not flinching on that one bit. Looking for demon flip.
They never miss. A lot of these top players, they never miss the cross cut. In the corner pressure also, they're just so good at getting out. Nice, lovely combo there. Takes him back to mid-screen. Lovely grab. Just goes to the projectile there, establishing a fireball game now from both players. A bit patient. Look at this, man. Ooh! Catches the feet, goes in with the drive rush cancel. Nice chunk of damage. Gets the tech. Nice anti-air.
DP's back in answer by S-Ionic. Bacha Mia trying to fight his way out. Does a back throw over there. Nothing from the crouching medium kick. No drive reversal or nothing going on over there. But that will be the round for S-Ionic. Right here, right now. S-Ionic 1 round up in this set so far. Can Bacha Mia claw his way out and seize control of this game? Oh no, that slide suggests otherwise. The overhead is blocked.
Really good reactions there from S-Ionic, man. Establishing pressure early in the round. Already has the round up, foreshadowing as we think the favorite in the tournament. Lovely punish counter there, goes straight into the level 3. This is gonna get some of S-Ionic's drive backs. Huge health lead is really looking like S-Ionic's game right now, unless Bacha can show us otherwise. The jump gets hit over there, just moves back, giving him some space. Look at the pressure. Oof.
Yeah, beautiful Hazanshu right there, and now Bacha Mia is burnt out. The same for S-Ionic over here. Hazanshu pressure, Chun-Li burnout pressure, not really quite going forward with the loop. They're choosing to play it safe, and Bacha Mia will get hit out as the chop misses the mark, and he goes straight over S-Ionic's Chun-Li.
My god, can't say much about Bacha's play yet. It feels like he hasn't really been able to establish a game plan yet. But S-Ionic clearly has not forgotten the Chun-Li. Really good first game. Okay, nice overhead with the drive rush, takes him to the corner early. The pressure with Akuma in the corner can be devastating. Just the throw loops there. Good chunk of damage. And the fireball catches. Interesting. Another throw. Half of the life is gone. There's so much time on the board.
Now that over there is like S-Ionic kind of plays sort of impatient in the corner, right? And the other thing I noticed was at the start of this round, Bacha Mia did a ton of fireballs to begin. So it was almost like he's daring S-Ionic to go for one of those Hazanshus early on, right? But it never happened. And that will be a DP once again. Bacha Mia plays very patient over here, keeps S-Ionic in the corner. Like we said, S-Ionic is very fidgety when he gets to the corner. He will sometimes be just pressing things on reversal timing. It is something that people could exploit going on. But now S-Ionic fighting his way to the corner. We are now at mid-screen.
Yeah, this is where it gets tricky. Nice catch there. Goes in with the drive rush overhead. Doesn't connect. He does not miss those. We've seen. Put on the counter. Like, he's not going to miss those, Look, what am I saying? Look at this. They don't miss these anymore. This is the regional finals. Lovely grab. S-Ionic in trouble now. The overhead connect. My god, that was a complete reversal.
Yes.
One S-Ionic round, one Bacha Mia game. Quick, dominant game from Bacha. Showing us there's a lot of life left. There's a lot of tournament to play. This starts our game 3, 1 game of peace. S-Ionic and Bacha Mia, man.
Absolutely. It seems like usually these sets, how they have gone so far is like maybe Bacha Mia will win the first game and S-Ionic will come back with the 3 games after that. But here, for once, Bacha Mia seems to be the one on the counter adaptations over here.
Yeah, okay. In the corner as well, like pretty early. Let's see if we can get out. Okay, with the throw, goes in with the drive rush. Nice punish counter there, does not convert though.
Alright, so coming back over here, it's okay. S-Ionic fighting and putting Bacha Mia into the corner here, trying to get some of those pressure strings going, but does seem to be tentatively stepping back. Oh, the whiff, Tatsu, but no big punish right there. tries to go for a shimmy, but Bashamiya unable to find anything as he gets teched backwards. Okay.
Yeah, this can be really scary for SI. You know, this is the time to pressure. Goes and gets the connect. Another drive rush cancel. Is this enough to get the round? Level 2 from the Chun-Li. I don't know.
It will be. Ooh. All right, Sionic keeping it all
those
together.
Those are clutch genes. The clutch genes of Sionic, man. Didn't have the health lead at all and just goes in with the burnout, catches Badshah with that lovely combo to finish it. The Hazanshu gets caught with the medium punch, but just ODDP's out of it. Oh, catches, baits out the ODDP, should get a nice chunk of damage. And now Badshah in trouble in the corner. Perfect parry, maybe. Okay, not a big chunk, goes back to mid-screen. Lovely throw there after the 2 dashes. Drive rush. Look at how quickly they're changing corners. Hazanshu again gets caught. Just goes for it again.
Yeah. Sionic being very stubborn and unwilling to get conditioned, which will secure him the net win in this second or third game, I should say, as we see Sionic up 2 to Bashamiya's 1. All right.
Loving the performance so far. This is as good as it gets, man. If this is any a showcase for anything to come, this is exactly what I wanted. You know, really high level gameplay from the best in our region. Game 4, Sionic Bashamiya. Good start. Gets a good chunk of damage. Is gonna go in the corner early for Badshah. Does the drive rush out. Doesn't get baited. Very patient. Oh, nice Oki there with the legs. This is gonna be really bad for Badshah, man. Just get thrown back in. Lovely call out. Again with the counter hit. This is it.
Yeah.
That was a 20-second round.
He went for the empty demon flip, but Sionic was ready with the answer right there with the counter hit jabs. Goes for the overhead. Backdashing. Most obviously trying to set up oh, okay. No fireball thrown over there. The demon flip does hit nothing. And now Sionic with ready to put Bashamiya with his back to the corner. And Bashamiya fighting back with the throw over there. Fireballs streaking across the screen. Chun-Li threatening the slide. The parries go off. Bashamiya once again unable to find any conversion off of that. The reset will mean a level 2.
Is this it? Oh, Badshah.
Nothing.
Oh god, Sionic is on set point. Huge health lead in burnout though, and just the overhead. And Sionic takes it 3-1.
All right.
Look at the calm on this guy, just with the reset in the middle and just to close it out, a simple overhead in neutral. That is Sionic 3-1. And you know what? Kudos to Badshah. Badshah did not look bad at all. That's just the Sionic diff.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
Just nerves of steel over there from Sionic.
That long-reaching overhead. It looked so far. It was. I would not have blocked that. I'm gonna be very honest with you. Okay, I would not have blocked that.
I saw the player animation. I saw the character animation. All the way through, I would not have, pressed back. I would have still held down back and just gotten hit, as Badshah did. Being sent to losers, but really good showing. No notes at all. I thought that was a really good showing from Badshah. It is those small moments and those small optimization and interactions where Sionic does, really convert. He gets into your head. As you said, unconditionable in the nice way of putting it, not in the bad way of unconditionable. That is like 20 years, 30 years of experience unconditionable, Really good stuff from SI. Very far for the course.
It's basically one of those things where he's being stubborn, but in the way that he knows what your attention is on, if that makes sense, right? So, once he's noticed that you've shifted away from that, he will capitalize on it. He will, go for the throat. So, move. All right. So, to start off the replay over here, we've noticed that the first game was pretty much 2 rounds back-to-back for Sionic. See the missed chop over there. So there was a lot of stuff going on over here about, the Hazanshus versus the fireballs, that sort of mind game. What range are you willing to fireball at? What range am I threatening the Hazanshu at? Things of that nature. I think that sort of set the tone, at least the early parts of it for the set. Now moving on, both sides pretty much prize the corner a lot, as it's kind of, the meta for the game. The corner is death for whoever is in it. But both sides were, pretty much looking for the other side to fidget. But I think as the games went on, Ionic got a lot more patient and like sort of caught on to like a meta pattern for what Bachami was doing. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it was those small things, the small details that he started picking up on. As you said, like the Hazan shoes, he was getting hit out with the light punches. Even sometimes just mistiming, it would get hit with a fireball, even though it is the counter to fireball. But he still sort of kept going for the option, and it converted into rounds. It converted into the wins of rounds for him. But yeah, GG's to Ionic, moving on in the tourney. Basha, of course, moving to losers, is going to face the winner of, I believe, Devil Sim and Noob Rito. So nothing easy anymore in this tournament. All matches are going to be really, really tough for all these players. But yeah, with that, let's talk about our next game. It's going to be Raihan. It's going to be Brandy Prince from India. Man, I know this is going to be a really, really aggressive, fiery game. Both of these players, they don't like sitting back, They like pressing buttons, they like going in, they like conditioning early, they like throwing enough at you at the screen for you to, get overstimulated over just thinking about all the decisions that could happen, all the jump-ins, this and that. It is going to be that sort of game I'm imagining. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so over here, Prince is really fond of Blanca's anti-throw option, like the wake up, jump back, down ball, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Raihan has been, learning a lot of new ways to keep the pressure going with Luke. Modern Luke, of course, but Luke in general. So he's been updating a lot of the spacing traps and lots of, overall strings and mind games he can work with over here. Mm-hmm. Since he swaps characters so much, there has been a sort of issue with him dropping combos and stuff here and there. He has not historically spent as much time with any specific character as other players have. So even if he's on Modern, there have been some input issues now and then. So there's a lot going on over here. But since he's Modern, Prince can't exactly threaten a lot of the air mind games that he would get away with against someone with a classic DP, let's say. So
even the Blanca ball, is now it's riskier than it is in a normal classic to classic match. It is not very reactable. It would take extreme ultra instinct sort of reactions to just be able to catch every Blanca ball. But on Modern, it is very, very, very possible if you're looking out for it. Even if you're not looking out for it, really, we saw him bait it out earlier with the light Blanca ball, into the basically block, and then beating and punishing the DP. So I'm thinking we're going to see stuff like that. But yeah, I think we're going into the match really, really, really soon. Luke versus Blanca, though, I think in just terms of characters, I think Luke kind of does pretty well. The fireball is so good. It's so quick. It covers so much of the screen. It can make Blanca, it makes it tough for him to get in. It can cover so many options, but then, of course, Blanca does have his low sweep, just comes in really quickly, gets a nice punish there. So we will see a bunch of that stuff.
Yeah, he gets really good Oki from that, like the punish counter and everything going on. Really good knockdown, lets him set up a lot of stuff, along with the hop backwards and stuff and so on. So yeah, we are going to be going into the game, and it is the Luke versus the Blanca.
Okay, starting the round. Good jump in, just goes to the throw there. Drive rush in, nice pressure. Oh, okay.
EXDP whiffs, and Raihan is already in burnout off of that sequence. That is not exactly the way he plays usually. I'm gonna be very honest with you, but he did get DI'd there, and the Modern level 1 is here. Prince does get blocked on the sweep, and there's no anti-air over there. He whiffs it. Standing heavy kick. Prince perhaps a little bit on edge over here, but there is the anti-throw, and Raihan is far away, has to maybe fight his way back in, and the drive rush will get Raihan a conversion, but that was not enough to end it. But this hit over here will be
great catch there from Raihan. I even love the drive rush in while Prince was setting up the Blanca ball, just to catch him. Nice start in the corner, just catches him with the shoulder. Another catch with the light punches in the corner. Man, Raihan looking really, really solid right now. Lovely punish there. Oh god, I thought we might be seeing a level 2 or something there. But any hit will kill right now. Oh my god!
The level 2 rounded.
What was that interaction?
Wow, it's like
Okay.
Raihan is taking revenge for that one of those similar interactions from last tournament, but Raihan will close it out with a few jabs over here. Now, the throw and the anti-throw game has already been established a little bit. That interaction has already been going. And Raihan unable to punish that whip throw with the heavy knuckle. Prince with an EXGP, but they are both now mid-screen with similar levels of HP. Okay,
Yeah.
the neutral jump. All right.
Man, it feels like he's not letting Prince get away with anything, you know? Like, it feels like everything Prince is trying, Raihan is just like countering and blocking or just like punishing for. And now again, such a good health lead. None of the jump-ins have been caught yet, you know? I feel like Raihan's really running away with it so far, and that should be it with the level 1. Another round for Raihan.
Raihan so far doing a splendid job of keeping Prince jailed in the corner. Now, oh, the heavy kick. That normal has 7 active frames. And the disjoint on top of it just puts a cherry on top. It literally just stops a lot of the more oppressive options in this game, such as Bison's drive rush scissors kick, which is something people like to do once you start checking the Bison, right? So,
For
yeah,
sure.
Raihan with so
Have
many
you seen
counter
this?
hits. Yes,
What's happening, man?
this is a
Raihan
steamroll.
is murdering, yes. It feels like nothing Prince is trying is working against Raihan right now. Every single round, every interaction, Raihan just running away with it. Such good decision making so from Raihan. Also, it feels like he can't make a mistake. All the jump-ins haven't been punished. You know, the drive rush has not been caught. Those corner decisions of Oki versus throw, those whiff punishes with the heavy punch, back heavy punch. Everything is landing. It feels like every idea that comes to Raihan's head just manifests on screen immediately. 4 rounds in a row, 2 games in a row. It is looking really, really bad for Prince right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Like one thing I spar with Raihan a lot I've done it a lot over the past few months, and I'll tell you this much. This man's counter poke game has improved a lot, like astronomically, let's say. Like, so his sense of spacing and timing has improved a lot. Okay, so that DB on the neutral jump, Raihan not missing it over there, but Blanca puts Luke into the corner right over there. Raihan guessing for his life. Will Blanca be able to run away with this? 3 throws so far. The 4th one gets checked. The slide, however, gets punished, blocked, punished, and then that is okay. Prince looking to make a statement over here, unable to really DI or parry or neutral jump that heavy knuckle. Raihan so far has been getting away with those. The throw gets shimmied over there, and
yeah, this feels like it might be the first round Prince might be able to take, but of course it's not over yet. Catches the ball again there with the counter hit. It's scary, man. Anything could kill. Catches it with level 1. Oh my god, Raihan is playing out of his mind. Another level 1. That should be it. First round for Prince. Is this the start of something? We'll find out, but you know, it's not looking good. The confidence also might be a bit short right now. Another good anti-air. We're starting to see those again. Modern reaction. DP baits it out. But not a good option.
the suppressor does not land over there. And now Raihan seems to be choking a little bit here and there. He perhaps some last-minute nerves trying to close this set out. This guy invested 2 bars of super into that last round, but was unable to close it out. But hey, we are playing Streetfighter 6 over here, and super meter does regenerate very fast, and he should be able to close this round out. Oh, he does not invest any more supers into it. Will this be his end?
But still, looking really good for Raihan. Anything will kill right now. Any hit can play really patient, and just the overhead. Psionic classic overhead in neutral lands. Now Raihan on set point in our winner's semi.
Raihan tried to go for that counter poke stand heavy kick once again, but this time Prince wins the interaction. Prince says, enough of that. I'm gonna fight back, but hey, Raihan is fighting away. Back into the mid-screen once again. Raihan looking for more of those heavy knuckles. Prince unable to yet come up with an answer to those. Trying to go for those perfect parries. Raihan has Prince in the corner. Prince has to be sweating bullets right now, and that level 3 is
oh my god, that's gonna be a lot of damage. A bunch of drive back for Raihan. There's gonna be a lot of pressure. Just goes in for the jab, gets tech there. Level 2, this is when you need it. That's the only thing that could possibly get Prince out of this situation, but it's not looking good. Huge health lead for Raihan. Oh, DP gets baited there, but just the counter hit and another whip punish there to close out the round. 3-0 from Raihan in the winners semis. Absolute destruction, just domination from Raihan. Dropped one round in those 3 games. Just looked completely unbeatable there, man. Raihan is looking hot right now. Oh god. Oh god.
A strong
Oof, I'm sweating. I'm sweating right now. This jacket needs to come off, I think. Oh god.
A strong performance, a strong statement, a strong, start to his performance here in the top 8 over here. I can't wait to see what else Raihan has in store. Prince honestly looked like he was adapting to those interactions, but was just a little bit too slow on that, unfortunately. He needs to be coming up, like for example, the heavy knuckle over there. Like I've been saying, he had no DIs to that. Prince was perhaps overwhelmed, was looking to probably beat Raihan out in some of those other interactions over there. For example, standing heavy kick. Raihan was using to space trap or was basically looking to counter poke a lot of those interactions from Blanca. And really, even though Prince won some of those interactions, for example, with the rainbow ball over the level 1, it seemed to be a little bit too late right over there. Now Prince is still in the tournament. He is still going to be facing the winner of
Tony Carey.
Tony and Carey. Oh, right.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going over there. So let's get on with the replays.
Yeah, also I feel like this is not the Prince I've seen in the World Warrior events so far. This felt like a bit of a nervous play, some mistakes, some weird decision making. Oh, I love this moment. What an interesting interaction. But those are the reactions. We even saw him close out the game with the level 3 reaction. Just the simple level 1 there to take the round. Again, a lot of corner domination. Look at the counter hits, as you said. A lot of improvements in those moments in neutral with just the normals. This was interesting. This was the 4th round we saw Prince take. But then, very quickly into this moment with the level.
It's one of those things against modern players. You sometimes just forget that they have access to a single button, 40%, 30% damage combo, option right there. Just willing and able to react to what you can do. Things that, for classic players, we have to sort of let our opponent know, hey, I'm sort of buffering this. You better stay back. Modern players don't need to do any of that stuff. They can just react. So
it is also with his reactions and everything that modern gives him, just his game sense is so good. Even that last moment, one thing I've said about Prince throughout the series is it feels like it's very hard to shimmy him. But Raihan is one player I've seen who can get through so many. He has shimmied basically everybody, at least in the double digits. He somehow gets into people's heads really good, establishes his throws early, his pressure very early. By the 2nd round, you start seeing him get in those lovely shimmies, those lovely whip punishes even. And with that, takes the game. Is going to be facing Ionic in winners finals. That's going to be fireworks as well, just with the way he's playing today. Can't wait to see that. Raihan is also one of those players who is scary for Ionic. I have seen Ionic kind of stumble against him, and Raihan in the past has sent Ionic into losers. If there is a player here who can do it, it is Raihan, who absolutely can. But we will be coming to that way later. Prince and Bashami are both really, really well played, really strong players. They're not going anywhere. We're going to see them again soon. And before that, Tony Carey. Honestly, the match I'm most excited for. I think it's going to be amazing because, first of all, seeing a Manon in tournament is rare. The only time we see it is when IDOM's playing tournaments in his locals where he goes somewhere and then wins the whole thing from losers. And then the other one is Manon with Tony. I saw the Reddit post of Tony as well. It was so sweet to see where he talked about his win and how much practice he's put in, how long it's taken to get to this level, how much effort it's taken this year. And he got a lot of love on Reddit, Manon love, you don't get to see that sort of play from this character, that sort of nuance. He is a Manon player, a Manon main through and through, and it's lovely to see someone take that character to a World Warrior event win. So I'm hoping to see a bit more of that, as we talked about, hoping to see a bit of the carry magic, the magic and the madness. So, this is my favorite match so far, hopefully.
Right, and someone who's faced Tony a lot, over the course of many ranked matches and also like plain old lobby sessions. Like this guy's footsies have improved a lot, and when I say a lot, that is still an understatement. Okay, let me be clear. Let me not equivocate. Like let me not be like obfuscatious in any way. This guy was all about the mind games. Like he will get a knockdown on you doing something crazy, and then he has very good like mind games set up. But now he has really good spacing traps. He has very much upgraded anti-airs. Like maybe not at the level of Bachamiya yet, but still very much up there. Has been forced to improve because people have been doing lots of empty jumps into grabs against his perfect parry and so on. But nowadays we even see him doing Manon's like EX arcing kick, whatever that is called. I don't really speak French, so yeah. And as for Kyrie Up, like he has been putting in the work, and it has shown, like we've said, no more like of those crazy dragon lashes that he used to do at inopportune moments anymore. This guy is clearly a cut above where he was before. So one thing I'm really looking to see over here is like what places Tony wants to threaten and establish the command grab game, or same with the Jinrai from Kyrie Up. He is really good. Like a lot of Kens who go far, he's really good at setting up the low overhead mind games. And like sometimes Kyrie Up starts to do this like this whole like walking back trying to frustrate you gameplay, but I don't think it'll work as like if he chooses to go down that route. I don't think it'll work as effectively against Tony's Manon. But but on the other hand, Tony does have an Akuma in his back pocket. We might see that at some point. Yeah, it's really good, by the way. We might not see it though. I think for the most part, he's just like focusing his energy and time into the Manon, which I understand.
I honestly don't want to see the Akuma. Like I want to get as much Manon as I can get. And like as you were saying, like Tony's neutral has been really good. He is, I think, in the entire event, he has the most amount of perfect parries ever. I've seen him do like 3 perfect parries per round. He catches drive rushes very, very often. I think like that's what it is. The ultimate mind game with grapplers like Manon is not even the mind game it's just being like, I'm just gonna play the game. I'm just gonna play the game, and that's the ultimate mind game of I'm gonna play Streetfighter right now. That's it.
Right. Dude, there is this amazing clip on Tony's channel where he faces Onyx in ranked, and he does 3 perfect parries on Tony on Onyx Wake Up. Okay, it is so hilarious. You should totally check that out. It's the Tony's channel, T with the TO with the 0, just like his name, Tony97. Okay, so starting it off, we have the Napoleon costume, or the the official looking French costume from Manon, and Ken for Kyrie Up over here. Drive reversal. All right, starting it off, Tony already fishing with the perfect parries, like we mentioned before. There is a command grab that is a medal for Tony. So both sides feeling the distance out with standing light kicks. The Dragon Lash. Oh, I guess Kyrie is still on that. I guess he
It works. Look at that, gets the counter hit. Nice little combo to take Tony to the corner. Lovely anti-air. Kerry is one of those players who doesn't miss anti-airs either. Let's see. Okay, the drive rush, as I mentioned, gets caught. Tony is really good with the reaction. Drive rush is in, goes to the overhead, but the lovely drive reversal. Good neutral jump. I thought that might have been it, but dropped the combo just to grab, and now really tough to come back from this point for Kerry. In burnout, maybe we see a DI. Has to be careful now. These aren't just any players. These are really strong players with good reactions. And just another drive rush gets caught with the light standing kick. Round 1 for Tony.
All right, Kyrie Up has been doing a lot of drive reversals here so far in this game. Looks like that has begun to be one of his autopilots over here. Let's see if Tony can capitalize on that. Or see, there we go, a third drive reversal right over there. So, standing medium kick, but Kyrie Up unable to really capitalize on that because of the range, and that will be a punish. So many drive reversals, so little time. Tony capitalizing on that hole in Kyrie Up's defense. Will Kyrie Up still keep doing it? Maybe not now, of course, since he's in burnout, but Kyrie Up fighting back. The dashes, that drive impact will be punished. That's level 3.
Man, I have to say Carey, like, with the lovely block there on the overhead, you can tell that he's been playing Manon. Lovely level 3, has a good health lead, an entire drive gauge. Let's see if Carey can use it. Has to be slightly scared, all the drive rushes had been caught earlier. And just with the mix-up overhead with the Jinrai OD and gets a round apiece. Carey not looking too shabby.
But Tony does have 4 medals and a full 3 sticks of butter, 2 of which he will use to get Kyrie up near the corner. Now once again, the drive reversal, the 5th drive reversal. Kyrie up refusing to be conditioned on that front. But hey, it did work on that interaction, but now Tony has a full bar of health, a big health lead and a big drive gauge lead.
Yeah, and that's over for Carey. The first round is Tony's. But yeah, 4 medals, that doesn't. What?
Oh, he did not go for the level 2. But Tony is really
that just
good.
like is he teasing or something? Just close out the round.
Hey, I wouldn't.
Not give to Tony.
That's not something I'd say is characteristic with Tony. Maybe he, in a rare moment of not being able to estimate his damage properly, there once again Tony does get drive reversal. I think for the most part Kyrie up has been practicing that a lot. Seems to be very overrepresented against Tony's drive rushes especially. Now
love that punish counter there. Oh my, you don't get to see that often.
Yeah.
Lovely Oki, let's see it. Nice neutral jump.
It's usually a very situational tool for Manon, but right there the use of that was very impressive as he punished a neutral jump with that. Now Tony did get 2 medals over here. Kyrie up
You're gonna be happy with that in the first round. 3 medals. And the game hasn't even started yet. That's really good for Manon. Right now in burnout, but I don't think too scared, just playing some. Try to catch the Dragon Lash. That should be it. My god, good conversion from Carry Up. Takes the first round, starting off with the Dragon Lash,
Yeah.
He relies on it, but it's working. It is working so far. Maybe it's not working later in the set, but for now, why change something that isn't broken? Goes to the throw, might just drive rush in. Let's go. Another good combo for Carey. Let's see what he has in store for the Oki. Just empty neutral jump into the grab. The lovely anti-airs there again for Carey Up. Drive reversal, loving the drive reversal so far. Has the DI a big end the round.
You don't test Tony's DI reactions. That is something we all learned very early on. Now Kyrie up does get properly on the back throw over there. Now the pressure coming in from Tony, gets back jumped, but Kyrie up, since it was a back jump, was unable to get any sort of punish off of that. And there, Kyrie up will take the second game of this set, answering back to Tony. Now over there in the last game, Tony did unfortunately do some uncharacteristically questionable burnouts. It's not something we've seen a lot from him lately. It sort of seems like a resurgence of some of his older habits, I have to say. But hey, the set is not over, and Kyrie up once again does the EXGP in the middle of Manon's pressure. This is something he started doing last game. Tony tried to go for a delayed command grab there, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Kyrie up. Definitely fighting back, gauging his distance really well. Tries to go for a cheeky overhead, but there will get his drive reversal blocked.
Yeah, that's the first one. The first drive reversal that got punished by Tony. And now just the bullying start with the burnout, the drive rush. Gets 3 medals. It's looking really good for Manon right now. And ends the round. 1 round for Tony, 3 medals. I would be really happy in the situation of the Manon. Just trying to get into the head of Carry Up right now. Try to get 1 or 2 more medals right now, and it could be looking like it's over.
Beautiful neutral jump over there as the last round ended with some Manon finesse into the pressure. It's not something you can really afford to do as often against Manon. You want to interrupt that pressure, you have to pay a little bit of health every time you try to go for it. So now, Tony has Kyrie Up in the corner. Will he be able to capitalize on this? Yes, he will do so with a resounding perfect. Kyrie up with his back to the wall. He can't afford to lose any more games. And he seems to be going for the character select, perhaps to get a breather, to recalibrate his reads and bearings for the set.
Everything was the biggest change from game 2 to game 3 with that first round and the perfect round. To me it was imperceptible, but clearly something changed there, right? Maybe it was just mentality. As you said, there was some uncharacteristic misplays by Tony. Maybe it was like one of those moments where you're like, hey, listen, you won the last World Warrior, just lock in. Just lock in.
Right.
In the next game, just lock in, forget, just play Streetfighter. And maybe that's it. Let's see if that sort of trend continues in Tony's favor. I am loving the Jin Rise. You can tell both these players have been practicing against the other opponent's characters. Just the spacing has been so perfect. The punishes have been so perfect so far. Goes for the command grab there, but does not land. Good pressure from Tony. Just goes in with the drive rush. Again, the DI hits. Lovely little combo into 2 medals. Pull back is going to be nice low confirms there. Carry up just jumps out. Drive reversal has been a trusty seed by his side so far. Really low on health. Anything will kill and possibly take Tony into set point.
Tony with a lot of lights over here, trying to set up a command grab, which will probably come in later in this game when Tony is quite looking to capitalize on the pressure he has established there. But there, the command grab does not work out. Kyrie Up is already one step ahead and actually neutral jumped that. Beautiful read by Kyrie Up right there on the spacing and timing and the placing of that general command grab within the pressure string. Now, Tony once again gets the drive rush in, has less than 3 bars left. Probably going for some resets over here, unable to go any further as Kyrie Up will answer back with interruptions. Kyrie Up looking to establish step kick pressure over here. Tony not quite at the range to get a punish over there. Withstand medium punch, Kyrie Up with the health lead, both sides with the full stick of super meter butter. Now, maintaining the spacing over there.
Really good with the level 3 now in burnout, but anything will kill Alex. Oh no! Carry, not anything, I didn't mean it literally. And now replies with the level 3 back. Carry Up in burnout is gonna lose so much health. Oh, this is looking really, really bad. Tony on set point. Let's see, can Tony finish it out? And just with the drive rush into standing medium punch, takes game 4. 3-1 in Tony's favor. Moving on in losers. Gonna play Prince next, and with that, Carry Up gets kicked out of our tournament at 7. Man,
right.
Tony's looking good. Tony is looking good. I am loving the Manon right now. As you said, maybe there was some uncharacteristic misplays early on, but towards the end, I didn't see any of that. I saw a very confident player in Game 3 and Game 4.
Yeah, he got a lot better with the situations he was drive rushing in, and really I didn't see a lot of checking by Kyrie Up over there, but it's still once again credit to Tony because he's been doing them at the right frequency, not doing them too much so that Kyrie Up starts to devote more mental energy into interrupting them, but at the same time doing them like not too little such that he doesn't get a lot of a bang out of his buck. So over there, like the command grab mind games were set up really well. Even though Kyrie Up started to, adapt back with some neutral jumps here and there, it was not enough. One thing Kyrie Up did throughout the whole set from beginning to end was a lot of drive reversals, even EXGPs to counter at some point. But unfortunately, at the very end, we saw a very unfortunate, misconfirmed there. From Kyrie Up into the level 3, perhaps he panicked, perhaps something else went on, perhaps he was fixated on some other interaction, so he wasn't really ready to, react properly or gauge his, hit over here perfectly. So when he felt
it's the devil, it's the devil on every Ken player's shoulder.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, just do the thing. Do the thing, run and do level 3 or do something. We're gonna win this round, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I think, when you give into that devil in like the tournament, that's where like the big mistakes do happen.
Yeah.
Looking at the replays, you will see a lot of moments that feel like the match was equal, but I think by the end the trend was very clearly in Tony's favor. But you can tell, I think something that is like looked good for Carey, which was like clearly he's played a lot against Manon to prepare for this match. But I think that also is a detriment because you forget that you still have to adapt to the player,
Yeah, absolutely.
You start just playing your game plan and you forget to adapt beyond your singular game plan which you started with. But it's game 4 now, man, and like the person has already changed how they're playing and you have to adapt within your game plan,
There are cases where if you're playing a 1-2 set, and say you could somehow win the first game and or rounds, like the first some rounds at the beginning with the first layer of your gameplay, there is a chance that you might not have to adapt back as much, right? So like even though your opponent tries to adapt, let's say like the rest of your game plan still holds solid and they haven't exactly latched on to all the particulars of what you're trying to do yet. But in a first to three set, if they adapt back, you have to be ready to counter adapt and then counter adapt against whatever they do after that, right?
Yes.
So it's one of those things where you have to be willing to observe, across a multitude of scenarios and situations, right?
Absolutely, and it's an inevitability. This is the winner of the last World War event. Like, these aren't just any players anymore. These are the best in the region. So it's an inevitability that these players are going to adapt mid-set and very, very, very well. Like these are players who have been in every single event. They've been in top 8s in multiple events. They've been in very, very precarious situations and losers in multiple events. This is not a new feeling for them. Being in that game 3 after you lose a game, telling yourself to lock in. This is just something that comes with the crown is heavy, man. It's the heaviest the crown. So I think, but Tony showed us that he is coming with that confidence of winning the last World Warrior. Really, really good stuff. Carry up, I think, man. GG's in chat for him. I'm seeing a lot of love for Tony. Love to see that chat. I'm loving to see all the support and all you guys coming and watching and supporting the event. Love to see some for Carry as well. Going out at 7th, that's really, really good. 7th in the region, man. Love to see that from Carry. Hope to see him again in more tournaments next year in the World Warrior series. But now we're gonna see, at some point, we're gonna see Tony versus Prince, which is gonna be insane. The Blanca versus the Manon. But before that, we have Nubrito versus Devil Sim. Every Indian player so far has lost. So every Indian in chat right now, I know, is praying in chat for Devil Sim's win. But man, it is Nubrito. You never know. I love how aggressive his Ken is. But it's like, like, Ken is aggressive. Kens are aggressive. If you played ranked, and I'm pretty sure you've played ranked, I'm sure you've come back to Discord and been like, do you have every Kens player sharing one brain cell, which is just like run in and do something? But Nubrito, not really. His decision making for a 13-year-old, for a 21-year-old, for a 30-year-old is very evolved. It is really, really evolved. It is not immature decision making. It feels like someone who has been playing fighting games for a very long time. I think this might be a sour spot, but I think he was your last game, right? There in the 5th event.
Yeah, in the first event, I was playing very antsy, and he capitalized on that beautifully. Like, a lot of the times I was trying to, preemptively sort of DI his fireballs. I'm a very DI happy player. DI is my favorite mechanic in this game. But
that's a self-report. If I start a self-report,
hey,
DI is your favorite.
I'm loud and proud about it, like I am not holding back anything. I hate Drive Rush, but hey, like everyone's got their preferences. It is what it is. So Nubrito has been, very good at counter DIing. Some will say it's like young man reactions. Some will say it's hard work. And, he is very, very much on top with it. But some of the weaknesses in his gameplay come from, let's say, understanding of other characters' spacing traps, things like learning to track and navigate their like strike throw game, for example, is also a very big part that he sometimes struggles with. In contrast to a player like Raihan, right? Raihan is really good at keeping track of all the nuances and details of where you like to throw, right? Yeah. Like he might develop a good throw, read about, whenever he does this knockdown, he goes for the throw, or he likes to throw after.
He has your input history in his head.
Yes.
He knows the input history going down like in training mode. That's Ryan's head. He's keeping track of all of it, but that comes as with experience, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So much experience, yeah.
Yeah, and these sorts of reads are not exactly easy to develop when you're only a year or two into the game. These are the sorts of reads you come by, and you're really efficient at handling after years and years into the game. And Raihan's been playing since the Streetfighter 4 days, or maybe even earlier. Who knows? Yeah. So he has a lot of legacy skill when it comes to tracking the strike and throw over here. So these are some of these areas. If Nubrito can shore up his weaknesses he will go very far. As for Devil Sim, his perfect parries are a menace. To be fair,
also to your point of experience. Devil Sim's first Street Fighter was Street Fighter 2.
Right.
He's been playing Street Fighter forever. You know, this is the 6th iteration of Street Fighter, and he's played every single Street Fighter since then. He played Zangief in Street Fighter 2, you know, and he's playing Zangief in Street Fighter 6. To me, it's such a perfect narrative between these two players, you know, like the young king versus like the old guard. This man is in his 30s, you know, this kid who's 13, this guy who plays very, very like neutral heavy, you know, very like, he doesn't go for like those scary like call outs, you know, nothing like too antsy here and there. Very like try to like read your mindset, the way you're playing, and slowly adapt, you know. He plays very, very grounded. Nubrito goes for those big plays, he goes for those big reads. As you said, like 2 years of experience versus 15 years of experience, you know. It is the whole narrative, you know. And and what's more surprising to me is I can't call it. I can't say that experience is gonna win over, because it is a new game.
Yeah.
You know, Street Fighter 6, we're all equals again, you know, and the effort will show, you know. If you put in the hours, it is gonna show, and I know both these players have put in the hours. Devil Sim, he might have the most hours played in India. At this point, every day I see him and he is online and he is playing. You know, maybe only like second to Prince. Possibly these two players always ask for games. And Nubrito, I've seen him improve within the events. You know, from the first event to the 5th, I've seen him improve, his confidence go up. Going from like, oh wow, what a crazy loser's run from this kid, to being like, oh, of course he's in top 8, you know? That change amongst like chat and us as commentators, and for players as well, where now players are preparing for the Ken, for Nubrito's Ken, you know? It has been that change there.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of Kens in our region. You know, there's Nubrito and Kyrie up like we have over here, but there's also True Mystic. Like there's many different flavors of Ken we've got to deal with over here. So it's something I don't think a matchup. No one is inexperienced at between the ones in ranked and the ones over here. Yeah. So but so we'll see. You know, one thing I'm really interested in this matchup for is like, will Nubrito go for a lot of shimmies? Will will Devil Sim wake up with crouching light kick if he sees them? Layers of that sort is something you know, and also the parry versus throw mind game with a lot of wake ups over here. For example, Devil Sim is really trigger happy with attempts at perfect parry on jump ins, stuff of that sort. And Nubrito's no slouch with perfect parries either. And he has been putting in a lot of work with the DPs. I don't know what it is about like the water here or something. Or maybe it's just Bashamiya preaching the, you know, principles of the DP, you know, to everyone.
You follow the leader, right? You follow the leader.
Like Bashamiya has been teaching everyone DPs over here. Like the second a newbie plays Street Fighter for the first day or the first week or so, he will tell him like, hey, can you learn DP? You got some DPs in that bag for me? You know, stuff like that. So
he opens up his jacket and it's just like different types, like light DP, medium DP, heavy DP, and use cases. We have actually talked about this earlier of like in a previous event where we were like, in Bangladesh, it feels like people sit down and do like DP drills because nobody misses at all. But with that, let's get into Devil Sim with the Zangief, Nubrito with the Ken. Look at the photos there.
Yes. Both sides rocking their anime glasses. You know it. The shiny anime glasses. Nubrito starting off this round with the fireball into the step kick. Devil Sim now looking back to get some space with the charged heavy punch, but Nubrito really not pulling the trigger there over anything. Two throws, the shimmy. Nubrito will get that over there.
Oh god, what a start by Nubrito, and I love that you pointed out like shimmies, and we saw that, you know, end the round there. And I remember Chad also talking about how the shimmies have been such a pain point for Devil Sim, you know, like a lot of lost value from getting just shimmied there, kind of like trigger happy with the throws, slightly trigger happy as you said with the perfect parry, he's trying to go you know, his option select for like jump ins. But let's see, needs to slow down the pace of the game. Lovely SPT. That takes so much damage away. This round looks like it might go to Devil Sim's favor.
Okay, that will be the chip attempt. Wait, Nubrito, is he actually gonna do this? Is he gonna make a comeback? All right, that's the CA, but I don't think it will kill. I mean, Zangief does have 11k HP after all. Not a kill right there. He's got to play
saved
careful.
him. That 11k saved Zangief in that moment, but now it's anyone's game again. New Burrito can take this game. Who has the patience? Who's gonna clutch it out? Nice throw tech. Man, overhead block. Those, that's what I mean. You know, like, the kids will go for shit like that. You know, nobody else goes for stuff like that. The ODDP to call out, to be like, it's your turn. I'm so sorry, old man. It's not your turn. It's the youth time still. Goes to the ODDP, takes the first game. Quickly into game 2 now. Look, try to go for the shimmy again there. Heavy Dragon Lash to cover the distance.
The neutral jump shimmy once again. Devil Sim, as the set goes on, and if you start doing a lot of shimmies against him, he does tend to adapt or change shift to a strategy of delay jabbing you on his defense. But here, Devil Sim was just absolutely ready with the counter DI, telling Nubrito, hey, look, I might be a lot older than you, but I've still got a lot of reaction left in me. Nubrito does have Devil Sim in the corner. Devil Sim will answer with a perfect parry back throw, putting Nubrito into the corner. Nubrito not missing those GPs. He has learned well in his tenure here in our community, but Devil Sim will close out the round with that back throw. Let's see if Devil Sim has figured out Nubrito all the way.
For sure. And you know what? That round really felt like Nubrito's round, like, till the last moment. Those grabs just kind of give him so much value that he can stay down there. But again, quickly to the corner. You know, nice lariat to just create some space. ODDP gets back, puts back in the corner. Lovely Jinrai. Look at that. Just baits out the parry. Gets the punish counter with the throw. Lovely run and cancel to the low. My god, in burnout but not scared at all. This could be scary. Oh! Lovely cross attack, get the punish counter, low crush, into the SPD. Is that death? And that is... Man, I don't know. It's like, you know, it feels like so balanced, but like every interaction is so much damage from Zangief. He needs 3 of those to end the round, and now game apiece. Devil Sim and Nubrito.
Here, I would say personally that Nubrito has put a lot of stock in the shimmy right now. He's been shimmying with the step back or the neutral jump. Devil Sim is not falling for that anymore. He needs to not go for those anymore. Essentially, maybe just go for the usual strike throw for now and see how that pans out. Devil Sim, both of these rounds, it has just looked like he's gotten like a very crucial back throw into the corner, and that is it. That pressure has been enough to let him sort of, overwhelm Nubrito's defense pretty much. So,
as you said, the parries, shimmies, last event, World Warrior 5, right after it got over the entire Indian FGC, it was like going to Devil Sim being like, stop getting shimmied so much. You're such an experienced player, you can easily adapt. And I think he did take that seriously. We saw in game 2, the small adaptation, just not doing much in the corner, not very scared. Actually won a lot from the corner. While being himself in the corner, he would end rounds. Just get the grabs there, or small hits there, the SPDs there. I think that is a nice little small adjustment, just a small reminder to yourself.
Yeah.
You're falling back to old habits and you don't need to. Game 3, 1 game apiece, Devil Sim Nubrito. Okay, drive rush cancel into the SPD. Huge damage, just walks closer. Lovely, tries to go for the shimmy again there. Lovely jump in. The punish, the neutral counter gets
this time
gets caught.
Yeah, this time Nubrito tried to go for the step back shimmy. Devil Sim did try to call him out with the crushing light kick, but it just came a little too late. That's more of what I'd like to see from Devil Sim in general. Not just not falling for the shimmies, but also learning to punish or capitalize with some, pressure off of them anyways when the opponent attempts them. Right now, Devil Sim with a very big health lead, but now Nubrito does have the pressure going on. Can he end this out? No, the EX Lariat. The bonus damage helps Devil Sim close it out, as his Zangief will be now in the lead in this set. Check
that, he's got drive rush twice with the same move, and he gets so much damage from checking the drive rush. Back in the corner, heavy punch, and should get a nice DP there. Let's see what's the Oki. Just goes for the neutral jump into throw, gets tech. Devil Sim playing pretty patient in the corner. Nice catch there. Punish counter with the Jinrai. Okay, yes, this should be the end with level 3. Is he gonna spend it? Not really. Doesn't need it, just the DP after his little combo.
Nubrito seems to be counter-adapting, and Devil Sim still needs to, punish more of the shimmies adequately after this. Not just getting shimmied isn't enough. He has to do something to put the fear of them them in Nubrito's head, the punishes, the lariats, right? He has been anti-airing, but now Nubrito does have Devil Sim in the corner, and looks like he tried to go for some sort of setup with the frame kill over there. Now, Ken with his crazy corner carry, Nubrito not really going for the DP over there. Seems he was not ready for it just yet.
Yeah,
Devil Sim.
I'm loving the run cancels, you know. I think Nubrito's really using that well. You don't see a lot of Kens use it, as well as he has to cover distance. Good punish counter there, catches him, runs in with the EX Lariat into level 3. That's going to be some nice damage. It's going to put Nubrito very close to burnout, I believe, but not really in burnout yet. Devil Sim gets some drive back. This could be the overhead in level 3! Overhead in level 3 and that's it!
He hit him with a Tokido! Counter hit overhead into the level 3.
Look at Nubrito smiling over there. He knows what a cheeky little play. What a cheeky little play to take game 2 against Devil Sim. Love to see it. We're into our game 4 now. 1 it's a 2 between Devil Sim and Nubrito. Man, I'm really loving this game. I think this might be my favorite game so far, not to jinx anything. Just loving the adaptations from both players so far.
Wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be funny if they both just start playing very, very cautious after you said that?
Yeah, that would be the worst type of commentators first. Like, now I'm messing it up for the audience now, you know? Like, no one's gonna be happy with me. Perfect parry on the projectile there. Another anti-air. The Bangladesh boot camp, they don't miss anti-airs. Lovely shimmy again into the corner. Lovely damage. Tried to go for the shimmy again. Just little lariat. Sorry, little Jinrai there.
So far,
damage.
that standing medium punch has been paying a lot of dividends for Devil Sim over here. He's been interrupting drive rushes, just using it in the footsies, getting counter hits, and he's been doing a lot of these delayed buttons from the drive rush, but Nubrito over there falls as he was unable to really capitalize on that hit, unable to convert into the round-ending combo, unfortunately. Devil Sim with a round over here, looking to neutralize and equalize Nubrito's lead over here.
Yeah, really liking the play so far. Devil suddenly feels like he's gotten his mojo, you know, really good so far. Got the buttons again, heavy. Okay, just goes in with the dash, gets tagged. It's gonna spend the level 3 right now, surprising.
Yeah, kind of questionable here.
Yeah, but yeah, not a huge health lead. Still lovely whip punish into the X Lariat, doesn't get the kill just yet. And again, with that hit on the drive rush, he's caught so many drive rush.
Yeah.
That little target combo, you know? I really like that.
That normal is really, really hard to interrupt. It's not, or even whiff punish, to be very frank with you. Like, it seems very whiff punishable because of how, like, his arm stretches out and so on. But really, like, unless you have a good read, at least a good read on the timing on it, it is so hard to, like, punish on reaction. It is notoriously hard to punish. So, Devil Sim has been able to threaten and control space with that over the last 2 games, it looks like, really well. Like, even on the game he lost, it seemed like deja vu to me that he just started the round off with a stand medium punch to interrupt Nubrito's drive rush, right? So now it...
Also, like, one second, just sorry to cut you off. Chat, is something wrong with the audio? Yoda, could you check that out? I think some people are saying the audio is a bit grainy or something's clipping. But yeah, either way, sorry, you were saying just with the last game 4 and Zangief and, you know, Devil Sim getting his kind of mojo back, doing the mix-up, catching that with the target combo, as you said. Yeah.
So many SPDs, honestly. Honestly, Devil Sim seems to be in a really good position in terms of when he's doing button into drive rush into SPD, or button into drive rush into a delayed button to catch a counter hit on Kyrie up, right? So there's just been a lot going on. He's been mixing in regular throws in there as well. And sorry, not Kyrie, Nubrito.
Every Ken is the same in our head for some reason.
Yeah, we are totally bigoted against Ken. Big surprise. So, getting into the the decision-making game. Yeah, the 5th game.
Let's see. Okay.
The Siberian Express.
Oh god, that's the first time we're seeing it. Nice jump out on the SPD. I just want to see the little combo there.
Will he be able to get a burnout on Devil Sim? We'll have to see. Okay.
Look at those run cancel! Just the SPD on the counter. Okay, drive rush in to cover some distance. Another SPD, is that it? That's
Devil
almost
Sim.
very close to death.
Yeah.
Burrito is this it? Does he have the clutch genes to take this round? Is not looking so good. But this is it. Nice throw there in the corner. DI. Oh, that was a nice bait, in the corner.
Yeah.
Trying to bait out the DI reaction to end the round. Burrito doesn't bite. Back in the middle of the screen. Both players playing so patient right now.
Yeah.
Really love the patience from Burrito.
Oh, Devil Sim with the counter poke ready to stand medium kick that check out. He is now at set point. He just needs to win one more round to end this whole set and move on in the losers bracket over here. But hang on, Nubrito does land an overhead, converts off of it. Does have...
Oh, good. Goes to the neutral jump, gets tagged with the throw. I feel like we've seen this situation so many times with Devil Sim in the corner and Nubrito trying to put the pressure. Both players so strong on defense and offense. It's looking so good right now. Good health lead for Nubrito. If this is supposed to be someone's round, this is it. Spends the drive, goes in for something, not spending the level 3 just yet. Maybe doesn't need to with the health lead. Good tech, good awareness from Devil Sim there, but that's it. With that throw, one round apiece. Last round. Set point for Devil Sim and Nubrito, who's going to be moving up in our bracket right now, man. What a hype set. I was right, I called it. Dude, I called it. level 3 on both players. This can be really scary for the player. Whoever gets the momentum might just be sending the other out of our World Warrior event.
Alright, getting the sweep over there, not really. Oh, the DI does not land or find its mark in any way. The check on the stand light kick from Devil Sim. The overhead does land, and Nubrito is at the corner, does not get a perfect parry on the D. What up, EX OD SPD? Devil Sim.
Oh my god!
Wow. I did not expect that one bit, and that overhead seems to have caught Nubrito off guard as he fell for the walk-up OD SPD of all things. What an action-packed set that was.
Oh,
wow.
Man. I need a second, man. I need a breather after that one. Oh gosh. What a tense, set till that last round where suddenly it felt like all the tension went away from Devil Sim, Just that really, at that sort of framing, it didn't really feel like the SPD could even hit. But that's the difference between me and like a tanky player who knows exactly from where that godforsaken move will take away all of your HP. All the health gone like this, and that's it. Nubrito's out of the tournament. But what a showing from Nubrito, man. Takes Devil Sim to the last round, game 5. It was a complete toss-up. Any player could have taken that, So absolute kudos to Nubrito. Would love to see some love for Nubrito in the chat. But with that, Devil Sim breaking the curse for India. The first win for India at top 8. Hopefully make more for Devil Sim in the future as well. Lovely play. It felt like he met his match, man, right now. I can't really say like he was outplaying Nubrito at any point. Both these players really pushed each other to the brim. It was a complete battle of like willpower towards the end of like who wants it more, who's staying in this tournament,
Yeah, like in those situations where it's like the last game, last round, or like, maybe they're both under 3 bars of drive gauge, it's very much like a toss-up to see who's gonna go for the first move, and it's also about restraining yourself from being too like impulsive, right?
Yeah.
And not going for the obvious sorts of, like entry or so on, you want to be very careful in those situations. But see, Devil Sim here just had Nubrito's number with the overhead over there. He just for however in whichever way it was possible, he somehow determined that Nubrito's gonna get hit by that overhead over there, and he fell for it. So it panned out for him. So like in those situations, he also very correctly determined that Nubrito's gonna be very careful and just like hold down back in the corner. And he walked up and landed that EX command grab. A lot of Zangief players might even have felt antsy over there and, like accidentally just whiffed it. You never know when the guy's gonna just stand up and make his hard box shrink, and next thing you know, you whiffed EXSPD and you're in the corner because you're facing Ken Masters. So
absolutely. I think it is that moment of like, I think maybe the experience, slightly edged this in Devil Sim's favor. Like as you said, just knowing in those pivotal moments where you have to not be impulsive. You have to play your game. You have to be like, you know what? No, I think he's gonna hold down back. You know, let's go for that thing. Let's go for the SPD. I know, look, not think, I know it hits right now, you know? Those moments are really, really good. It's been great to see it. Also, you know, not too shabby from Carry Up and Nubrito. Both players going to be getting $300 USD. That's huge. You know, it is a lot of incentive to keep coming back, keep getting better, man. Nubrito first World Warrior Series event, already 7th, 13 years old. It's only going to go up, you know. Next time it's not going to be 7th, maybe it's going to be 5th, maybe 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, who knows. You know, we're hoping, as both the entire region, I think, is kind of hoping to see more from this kid. So keep playing, use that $300 to buy a cool controller or something. I don't know, man. I don't know what a kid even does with 300 USD. But yeah, really, really good showing from both players. So yeah, chat, show some love to both of them. We're going to see Devilson moving up in the bracket to be playing Badsha Mia very soon. And with that, we'll be taking a small break for us, for you, for the players. And we'll be seeing you in around 10 minutes. You know, don't go anywhere.
All right. Yeah, rest, rehydrate. We'll see. Hello, and welcome back to the rest of the regional finals top 8 over here that we've got going on. We've had some crazy action so far, with the last set being a very good exemplar of all of that. It went to the last game and last round, and now we have Nubrito and Kyrie up making their exit out of this tournament, each leaving with a cool $300, which is really nice to see. So, let's get on with it, I guess, soon.
Yeah, we've had some lovely games so far in our top 8. For people who are just jumping into stream, maybe missed a couple of matches that we've had, we've done the first round of matches in our top 8. We saw SI Onyx Bacha Mia, that was a 3-1 win for SI. Then we saw Raihan Prince, it was a 3-0 from Raihan on his Modern Luke against Prince. As you mentioned, Carry Up being kicked out of the tournament by Tony with 3-1, and Nubrito being beaten by Devils in a very close game. So far, my favorite set of the tournament. 3-2 last round, almost like kind of last hit situation. So yeah, it's been really fun to see all these players and how much they've improved so far. It's been banger, like it's been banger after banger of sets. Each set has a kind of narrative going, that we've built over so many events so far, and this is our regional finals, of course. So it's all coming to a conclusion today. This is the deciding moment, this is the deciding tournament. And yeah, with that, we do have Prince and Tony in our losers quarters. We're going to be doing our losers first, some people were asking in chat, and then we'll do our winners finals right after. So yeah, FR, Prince and Tony. Hui.
Yeah. So over here, I want to see if Prince will switch to a pocket Dhalsim or no. The last time around when they met, he went for it, but Tony, unfortunately for Prince, still crushed it out. So I heard from a lot of Manon mains that Dhalsim is an annoying match, because as you know, like Manon tries to go for some of these longer reaching normals and actually play a lot of footsies, which is where Dhalsim can actually win it out just like by raw outranging the opponent. But Manon, if she can get in, does have a big sort of like overall damage advantage against Dhalsim. Like Dhalsim usually has to work for his damage a fair bit. So we'll see how that shakes out. But that's if he switches to Dhalsim at all. At the end of the day, sometimes you're just more comfortable on your main. And it just works out better for you if you're just playing on with full-on comfort as opposed to something for the matchup. So,
like it could be Grappler versus Grappler. That would be a great match to see. Manon versus Zangief, because both players kind of you're grapplers, right? You have to go for similar strategies. Both players have to walk towards each other to start like implementing their game plan. But like, I think Dhalsim could be a great pick. Those teleports can be such a good tool, to get out of corner, just create space, those long limbs to keep stopping, Tony from coming in, trying to force the jump-ins. And again, like,
Zangief is a really good option, like you said. Like, I mean, I would say that because like Manon can't really do really quick multi-hitting moves to interrupt the charged heavy punch from Zangief, right? Things of that like nature. So you definitely have a good point there. But yeah, sorry to cut you off. Go on.
No, of course not. Like it's also like two perfect parry demons. Two people who catch drive rush really well. We saw that in the last matches. It's going to be something really interesting. We're going to start really soon.
Yeah.
This is I really can't call it. I do not have a favorite in this match at all. I think it's just gonna be a really good set. And as we discussed, is going for the Dhalsim there. Feels kind of like a bit more comfortable there.
Yeah, this is a first to 3 set, unlike their last time that they met in the tournament, which was an FT2, I believe. So Tony unable to actually capitalize on that with any sort of bigger conversion, but now he does have Prince guessing, lands a command grab, gets a medal, and the teleport out. Prince will get the punish counter grab right over there. The arcane yoga fireball wasn't really worth it there, but Tony does go into burnout trying to capitalize off of that hit, punishing it. Tony, with Prince in the back.
This is the moment you were talking about, which is once Tony can get Prince to the corner, Tony can really start, implementing his game plan. But now back to where Dhalsim feels comfortable at this range, does not want to let Tony walk in. The biggest difference between Devil and Prince's Dhalsim that I've noticed is that Prince is way more active with his normals, just always trying to put something on screen with the fireballs. The teleport gets caught there though, but no conversion, creating them some space, teleporting back. Look at that, all the dash bags, just create space, put in some more limbs in. But Tony not afraid, just walking in.
A lot of
Really,
stray
really tough.
hits. A lot of stray hits coming in from Prince. Tony seems to be getting very slowly frustrated over here. But the DI works out right over there as Tony will land it and Prince will lose and give up the round there. Tony.
And 4 medals! Look at the 4 medals first round. You gotta love that for Tony, especially against Dalton. So now even the smallest interaction, a small command grab is gonna be so much damage. Puts you in 5 medals, which is the scariest thing. Manon with 5 medals and a level 3 is a 2-hit round, so let's see what can happen this time. Again in the corner, catches the teleport there with the aerial. Nice pressure, doesn't get punished for it. Prince trying to create space, but Tony just not letting him do that. Just walking in, not afraid of the limbs. Great pressure so far. Just blocks and the jumps. Great jump in there. Is it going to be a bigger conversion? Oh, medal 4 command grab on 5 now. It is looking bad for Prince.
Prince in the blender, looking to fight his way out. Both sides have a full level 3 store for themselves. And now Prince gets Tony into the corner. This is now his round to take if all things go according to plan. But they don't always go how we pictured in our head. Tony now in burnout, feeling increasingly desperate to somehow find a way in. That fireball makes him jump over and Prince with the normal to close that round out.
Yeah, desperation really was the decision in that match, but a great jump in. Nice punish, the reversal gets caught straight into level 3. This is so good for Tony. Lovely round start. We are at 92 seconds. Look at this and look at the damage. And 5 is online.
Yeah, the 5 metal level 3 does extra damage as well. Ever since the buff they gave to Manon. Now he just has to be patient and get in close.
Oh, again, another great jump in, and that's it. Look at the health lead, man. Tony, great decision making. 3 great jump ins we saw there. Starting to call out Prince's sort of gameplay loop. He's trying to get used to the momentum of when he throws out limbs, when he throws out fireballs. Good stuff from Tony, man. Loving that game. 1 game now for Tony in our game 2.
The only drive reversal Prince did this set, Tony was somehow ready to beat with that jump. It's almost like Kyrie up did so many drive reversals in that last set. Tony is now permanently blessed against drive reversals in terms of block or his read.
Yeah, he'll never forget that's a game mechanic, He'll always remember that now.
Yeah.
A nice catch on the teleport again. Tony, good presence of mind so far on the teleport. Has scored it with aerials, has scored it with light punch, standing light punch. And again, just walking in, trying to cover the distance.
Yeah, Tony,
loving it.
Tony so far been able to land a lot of great jump-ins against Prince, but now Prince seems to be ready for a lot of Tony's approach options. Seems to be keeping the space really well, playing the keep away game along with the zoning game really well here. Now, Prince does get that normal anti-air over there. 1 more throw, and it's a guess for a game situation.
Yeah, really low health now, and as you said, Prince, it's incremental damage from these stray hits, and that stray hit does it. 1 round for Prince now in our game 2.
Yeah.
That looked like the ideal round for Dalsim, the ideal round for Prince. Oh, the DI gets caught with the DI. Let's see the punish on it. Goes straight for the level 1.
Yeah, the level 1 is very worth there because you stop the drive regen for a bit, right? And it lets you keep up the pressure. You want your opponent to always be at under 3 bars of drive gauge so that even if they get in close to land a hit, they have to worry about potentially falling into burnout. And here, he was ready with the DI once again. Tony seems to be throwing the kitchen sink at this matchup. I don't know if the DI is a ploy to condition Prince into something else, or perhaps it is somehow a sign of desperation. We'll have to see as the rest of the set goes on with both of these gentlemen around a game apiece.
Another DI! Look at that in the round. I don't know, maybe as you said, it could be the desperation because it does get grating, to keep walking in, not being able to establish any offense. So much of this matchup for Manon is walking in while there's just a barrage of fireballs and limbs right now. So again, a DI and this time catches him, gets another medal in with a command grab. Let's see the pressure. Trying to go for another one. But yeah, the drill there catches him. Ooh. 4 medals. DI back just in the last frame and takes the round against Prince. Those DIs are now working in Tony's favor. He is getting the momentum. He's getting the spacing right.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he wanted.
It seems he has stayed his path and actually keeps trying to call out some of these specific options with those DIs. He seems to have been quite unfaltered in terms of how he's been getting DI'd back or punished. Tony is not exactly getting conditioned here or letting him... Oh, what a nice forward-moving anti-air with that normal.
Yep. Also, I'm loving how Tony has started to catch Dawson's limbs already in this round. We saw it twice. Didn't do a drive rush cancel yet. Maybe it was like just testing out the waters, getting used to the space.
Yeah.
But I think we might see more if the game keeps going longer and longer. You know, by maybe game 4, game 5. I think we might see a huge punish over there.
Yeah, I think it's one of those cases where like farther traveling drive rushes is really good against Dolphin. Manon's one doesn't go that far. So
That's
every
true.
time I've seen him try to go for those split kicks, let's call them. So yeah, once again, I don't speak French. Bite me, people in the... So Prince closes that one out there. That was a beautiful DI back in the middle of that round. Now this game could be anyone's as they both have level 3s on deck and Tony is only 1 medal away from the level 5. And like we mentioned before, level 3s are a lot more meaningful when you have a full stack of medals to back them up.
Ooh,
Man,
beautiful catch. Yes, on that teleport. Loving the defense from Prince though, catching the overhead twice, just blocking it out. Teleports in for some more pressure. And the drive reversal. Both players have learned from carry up. Something invaluable now with the drive reversals in this matchup. But again, as we said, great jump and goes straight for the level 3. Did not want to go into burnout with the drive rush cancel. This is really, really good. I wonder how close to burnout this is going to be now. 4 medals. It is all looking really tough and the overhead does connect. Will the bullying start? Manon has some of the greatest pressure out.
Okay. Oh! Does get the level 3 on the overhead from Tony. Prince chose a beautiful spot to hide that reversal level 3 against Manon over here.
Yeah, that could be the game-winning option because now he's going to get his drive back way quicker. Both players are almost equal health and the anti-air takes it out. Another game for Prince with a simple anti-air towards that end. Very, very close game so far. It's really, really hard to tell where this is going. But 2 games in a row for Prince, you know, maybe feeling more comfortable. Maybe took that second to adapt from the Blanca to the Dalsim. You know, catching those jump-ins more. So let's see if he can keep establishing his gameplay. But no, a command grab comes in.
Oh, that misses the shimmy. Unfortunately, Tony, under 2 bars of drive gauge, has to play very careful. Has to map his actions out really well. Will he go into burnout? The burnout could very well mean death here. But Prince now on the back foot as Tony fighting back. A command grab lands. The air-to-air lands. And the jump-in lands, but Tony does not capitalize on that properly just over there. He could have killed. And now...
Yeah, this is really good possibly for Prince, you know.
Yeah.
This is the exact distance he wants to stay at. Nice fireballs. Just trying to chip away at the drive. Just try to annoy Tony as we saw the DIs come in moments like this. Look at that, try to go for the limb to catch it. But again, just the incremental damage. It's looking really, really good for Prince. OD fireball. It makes it so much tougher to try to walk in. This has been the last 20 seconds of just limbs and again. Just catches him walking forward. Now on set point in our game 4, can Prince continue this momentum? These deaths by 1,000 cuts against Tony, you know? This could go his way.
Tony looking like he is unable to get in at all. Prince very comfortable with 5 or 6 bars of drive gauge now. To say the jump in does land and Tony will be able to find Prince in the corner. What can he get off of this? Can he get the optimal pressure? Oh, the overhead into the throw out? That has to have been an input error.
I agree, yeah. Taking him out of the corner. Now, you know, Dalsim can go back to the range he wants to. Possibly a misplay there. But still, this game does have the small health lead. You know, and those jump-ins were really good. Almost got another there. Prince teleports back into the corner. Yeah, okay, look at that area to catch the teleport out. Man, any hit now from Tony, he has to be so like working for it. He has to be praying for that limb to connect. Thought he would teleport to the jump, but not yet. My God, so tense. Get to the jump,
and get
5 medals?
himself a medal. Oh well, that's not exactly what Prince would want over there, but hey, he went for it. It's just one of those get situations. You have to brush it off and move on. And now Prince still poised to take this last game and win the set, but Tony with the slight life lead. Beautiful anti-air there by Prince. It's not exactly easy to always anti-air and choose the right normal for Dalsim, but hey,
He has like
level 3 will whiff. And there.
Oh my God! Look at the damage. And another drive reversal. I almost thought that was going to get caught. The jump in does get caught with the right anti-air. This is going to be a long game if it's supposed to be Prince's. But on set point still, can Tony survive this barrage of limbs and fireballs? So far looking so good, so confident. With the right spacing, the right options to walk in, the right jump in. Look at the limb! Catches the limb with the perfect... Oh, lovely jump in! Tony taking us to a game 5, all the right options.
Dude, so far this set has just looked like Devil Sim will do something that to beat something that
Prince.
Tony has been doing.
Prince.
Sorry, no, Prince. Yeah, Prince will do something to beat what Manon's doing over and over, like Tony will do over and over. But Tony will keep on doing it, and after he's beaten Prince with it, he'll just stop doing it. It's like he's trying to establish, like, hey, I don't care how many times you check or react against this, I will do it, and then conveniently forget about it for the rest of the set. First it was the DIs, and now it's the jump-ins. It's like Prince will anti-air him and win the game, but Tony will still do it. It is a battle of wills out here.
Absolutely. Look at that again. We saw Lim getting caught. We saw both players not deterring from their game plan at all. Lovely overhead there, but the OD gets a nice combo. Shimmy into something. Grab in the corner. Now DI does not react, could not have reacted anyway, and simply kills the round with a command grab. 3 medals on set point now for Tony. Look at how the seasons have changed so quickly between these two games. Catches the limb again. Jump in. Oh man, this is getting hyped. I'm getting hyped now. Let's go.
Even though...
Chat get hyped right now in chat right now. Make some noise honestly for both players. What a showcase.
Even though Tony is unable to capitalize fully on those extended limbs, those actually take their toll by causing drive damage, right? Because they're punish counters. These things can actually affect the decision making of Prince going onwards in both defense and offense. Now Tony has a big life lead on Prince. Will he try a DI once again? Tries to go for a jump in, but Prince still ready. Perhaps it's one of those matchups where Tony has to go for those jump ins and that command grab lands and tries to go for a parry there. I'm not exactly sure what that was about, but the DI... Tony with the RKO, or I don't know what that is. Command grab.
RKO out of nowhere, DI out of nowhere. And with that, command grab, Tony takes the game over Prince with the Manon against the Dalsim. Oh my God, what a showcase, man. What a showcase. We were talking about all the ways this match is bad for Manon. You know, in every way, and we saw that. We saw all the moments of absolute patience and determination of having to walk in, having to do the reads, catching limbs, the jump-ins, the DIs, and it worked. He did it. He did the work. It was like he went in every day, every round, every interaction with the same determination, same patience, and he takes it. At one point was about to lose. Prince was on set point, brings it back, goes into set point and ends the round with the DI in the corner. Amazing stuff from Tony, that kicking Prince out of the tournament.
A sign of massive improvement from Tony, overcoming the unfavorable matchup, refusing to get conditioned like on his own offense, refusing to let the Dalsim like limb frustration get to him, fighting back with punishing, even with bit by bit, hit by hit, chipping away at the Dalsim's patience and sense of security. It's not something that's easy to do as a Manon, as a lot of Manon players have told me over the years, like over the many months of this game. So yeah, hats off to Tony. And
Absolutely. Yeah.
Really well played by Prince over here. I'm not gonna call it Devil Sim. Yeah. So
Yeah,
the
let's look at some of the
replay.
replays, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I think this has been a complete roller coaster of a match, you know.
Ooh.
Every round felt like it was somebody else's. All the incremental plays from Prince, all the small hits here and there, good conversions like we just saw from Prince. But then again, Tony's absolute ability to not be deterred, to keep going for the jump ins regardless of getting anti-aired, going for these risky DIs regardless of getting DI'd back. That's the moment that made the decision. Like here, you saw the exact opposite happen because of his ability to go for the DIs. Amazing showcase from both players, yeah.
I said that Tony would abandon the DI going forward, but he went back into it. The first round of this set started with the DI wall splat, and the last round of it also ended with a DI wall splat. It's like Tony never let the gas pedal go. He just kept going with the DIs and the jump ins, getting in, really being unforgiving against Prince's attempts to stop him. That jump over the level 3 from Prince was very pivotal. It gave Tony a massive life lead in that round and really gave him the momentum he needed to get back in the driver's seat for his set. Now,
and looking back at the replays, both of the last rounds in Game 5 ended with the DI in the corner.
Yeah.
Just in the kill and did not react to it. There is the pressure of it, the tournament nerves, but still, look at the bravery in that moment to just go for it and getting the value out of it by getting the value out of those jump ins and everything. Great stuff from Tony. Tony, of course, moving forward to our losers semi-finals, and we'll see there Bacha or Devil Sim, I believe. Yeah, but of course, GG's to Prince, really well played. Not his day-to-day, losing to Raihan, losing to Tony. Of course, not the outcome he would have wanted. But again, coming 5th, it's a huge thing. This is the regional finals. These are the best players, So really, really good stuff for him. That's $500 confirmed in the bank account from the prize pot from our regional finals. So yeah, GG's to Prince. And let's see what Tony has in store for us in his next game. I can't wait to see that Manon again, man. Cannot wait to see that Manon again. But yeah, enough about the greatest set we've seen today. And moving into the next set, which is going to be Devil Sim and Bacha Mia.
Yeah.
Zangief versus Akuma. A classic from forever. This has been happening forever, this matchup. And both these players must have been playing this matchup forever.
Yeah, it's one of those matchups where, like, whoever is at their favorite range gets a lot of pressure / damage out of it. If Zangief lands even a non-OD SPD, he takes a lot out of Akuma's life bar. But if Akuma can maintain his distance, his fireballs are sure to give Zangief a lot of pain. They may take a little bit of health every hit, but hey, the frequency of those, like the more of those that land, Zangief also gets pushed back. So it's sure as hell gonna be an action-packed set coming up.
It is the smallest health bar against the biggest health bar. This is the extreme ends of the roster we have in Street Fighter 6 right now. Those SPDs are gonna mean a bit more against Akuma. You're gonna see the health bar get deleted a bit quicker. For Akuma, who has some of the best pressure, some of the best offense in the game, is gonna take that few more interactions to end the game against Zangief. But yeah, we don't have to wait any more, chat. We're gonna get into it very, very soon. Bacha Mia, Devil Sim. We were talking about this in the break. A bit of history here. A bit of history when the event started in this season. We saw Devil Sim dominating Bacha Mia, and then suddenly, by the 3rd event, 4th event, 5th event, Bacha Mia suddenly figured out, the Devil Sim formula and just started dominating the other way around. There was a 3-0 in the middle, I think, in our 4th event. So going into this regional finals, both these players, what? Wait a second.
It's a loop.
The loop?
Yeah. So,
Bacha complain.
Yeah, right now he's basically an Akuma player with a pocket Luke, in a sense. So yeah, this isn't as surprising to me. I should have mentioned it earlier that he has been practicing Luke for certain matchups over here. And I guess it sort of makes sense in the angle that he doesn't want to deal with the volatility of eating an SPD and then guessing for his life. But here, he will eat an SPD. Let's see if the extra health actually makes a difference in this matchup against Devil Sim. gets the distance. Devil Sim with a huge life lead gets perfect carried on the DI. Batshamiya pushing him into the corner here. Now,
Yeah, good. This is the moment Bacha can turn the match around, but right now, good health lead from Devil Sim. Playing patient as always. Doesn't go for the anti-air there, but again, in the corner with the throw. This can be bad, the throw loop. The classic in this game. You know, they say like you could give a child a controller and he can throw loop you to death with that little Oki mix up. Just goes for the side, he didn't expect. OG to take the first round.
absolutely unexpected there from the looks of things, as Batshamiya not even getting interrupted there. Just straight up ate it. But now Devil Sim is in the corner with Batshamiya with the lead. Gets shimmied there. Devil Sim unable to let go of that habit just yet. Batshamiya looking to chip away over here. And
Is it a perfect? Looking like a perfect round, and that's it, Bacha. Immediate response to the first round. Going into the next round, let's see who takes the first game to start rolling the ball in their favor. A lot of lovely like kick throws there, you know, nice tech from Devil Sim. Lovely jump and gets hit into good combo by what? Level 3!
alright, Devil Sim cashing out early, being unexpected, being very unpredictable over here. Batshamiya almost at burnout HP. Will he? Oh no, unable to. Devil Sim was unable to go for the burnout over there. I think he was pretty much banking on that in terms of looking at the drive gauge status of Batshamiya over there. Batshamiya gets out, does have the favor of the super gauge on his side, and he will likely cash out with a level 3. Will this kill? I'm guessing it will.
Yeah, and it does. Taking Bacha to game 1 win. We're going into a game 2 now with some momentum on Bacha. 2 rounds in a row against Devil Sim Zangief. Getting comfortable in this matchup. I really like everything Bacha's doing right now with the fireballs, catching those limbs. You know, Zangief does have the range with his normals, but they also are liable to get ripped on it pretty often. So no drive, but good corner carry there, good pressure there, good damage there. Perfect parry on the fireball. Goes in with the dash, just catches him with the light. Back with the shoulder and the SPD in the corner. We've seen that a couple of times now. Drive into SPD, raw.
Yeah, that is fake, but if you have conditioned your opponent with certain medias, it can pay off really well. And that was not the end, because the perfect parry, the EX DP whiffs over there. So,
Did you see the dash back? They call it.
yeah, that was.
It's not even happened before. Like, it's not like Bacha's been reacting to drive rushes with ODDP. That was such a soul read from Devil.
Yeah. Devil Sim absolutely ahead there with the just 2 steps ahead. So the one thing I'd like to see more of from Devil Sim is to not stop doing the stand HP and the stand medium punch. The charge stand HP is really great after you've conditioned your opponent to respect your stand medium punch. And the stand medium punch, as we have discussed before, is very hard to interrupt or whiff punish. Like, a lot of the times it's so far reaching that he can drive rush check with it, he can interrupt or poke or counter poke. It's very versatile as a button. But here, Batshamiya will tease back around on his own, refusing to let Devil Sim get into his head. Devil Sim looking
for a repeat. A repeat of the first game, you know. Losing the first round win into like maybe a perfect round. Crazy pressure from Badshah is gonna get so much damage, drive back, and the pressure shall continue. I am looking at the level 3 on Devil Sim, who has let go of the trigger once. I wonder if it's gonna come out again. Just the dash backs there, yeah, he understands he has so much time on the board. Does not need to rush for the kill. Can play really patient now.
No check there. Batshamiya probably very conscious and aware of Devil Sim's level 3 being available, and the fatal shot from Luke. The double EX fireball will close it out. Devil Sim having really good rounds in this set so far, but unfortunately unable to go the distance to truly close it out just yet.
2 games in a row for Badshah, looking really good. What is this trend of losing the first round and then coming back with such a vengeance? You know? And then just like immediately killing. It has been crazy seeing Bacha's Luke back. I remember a couple of events back, I even was talking about how I miss Bacha's Luke. And I would keep talking about how like the Akuma doesn't feel legitimate yet. And to the day I feel like the Akuma's legit. And is the main, suddenly we get the Luke back.
Hello, sorry
Now-
about that.
Don't worry about it. I cover. And the Dragon overhead. Drive Rush is in with its overhead, does not land. But now, man, Devil must be feeling the pressure.
Ooh.
All India's hopes are on Devils now. Is the last Indian player left in the tournament. He needs to bring it back. Such a big responsibility. Nice tech there. Lovely counter hit. Good pressure. Goes in with the shoulder. The corner is where Basha can do
Nice interrupt by Devil Sim with the crouching light kick, one of the most busted crouching light kicks in the game. But Devil Sim is now in burnout. He has a bigger list of things to worry about. Not really going for the conversion into the rest of the target combo off of the standing medium punch. Bachamiya whipping some light fireballs. I'm not sure exactly what his intention is there, but drops the conversion there. That combo could have meant that shall be it. Devil Sim finishes it out. A round once again. All of these games so far have gotten started with a Devil Sim round win, but Bachamiya finishing the rest of it out so far.
Yeah.
His SPT.
If I were a statistician right now, I'd be really scared for Devil Sim. This is very likely a Bachamiya round, just according to the few numbers we have in the last two games. And I think that the last time they faced each other, it was a Bachamiya 3-0. So I know this is a scary moment for Devil. You know, this is it. If you want to stay in this tournament, you have to clutch up, make something happen. Lovely throw there, puts Devil in the corner. We've seen a lot of value from Bacha in this moment. Drive Rush cancels in, doesn't get the value there yet. The DP, oh my god, that should be death on the punish counter SCD. Good game from Devil, back on the board. Okay, Devil, I see you. You know, I see you.
Yes.
Indian to Indian right now. I need my
Really?
guy to do.
Really
That is
clean
the-
bait there. Really
Yeah,
clean
absolutely.
empty jump there. That the
We've seen two
grappler
of those.
jump. Yes, absolutely.
We've seen two of those. Really good. I think it's. I'm loving that this is the ability. This is the performance of a person knowing he's on his last game if he loses. You know, still playing confident, still playing within his abilities, without in those moments. Sometimes you're just like end it all, man. Just like end the game already, or you get tilted. But like I didn't see that in that game, so I'm very happy. It is a long road ahead if he wants to come back, but it is a road that can be traveled. But let's see if Bacha has other plans for today.
Yeah, let's see if he can take it step by step. If he can take one more game, it's like, hey, the past games didn't even happen. You just gotta win one more game after that, you know? And when you equalize at 2-2, sometimes momentum is in your hands, you know? Sometimes you are in the driver's seat. So far, it is looking like just that. Devil Sim with a huge life lead. And that's all you need to really fight your way back and cover the distance against a fireball user. Now, Jimmy from Bachamiya goes for the wrong conversion at the end, but unfortunately Devil Sim was not at the range to do something about it. Bachamiya goes for the
Clutch! Look at that lovely backdash to avoid the throw into SPD. Another first round for Devil Sim. Has won every single first round in all these 4 games we've seen. Opts for the level 2 early in this game. Should be able to dash in to get another nice hit.
Oh, what was that?
Misinferred, I don't know, maybe a setup, but yeah, we won't find out today at least.
Hey, if it was a setup, it was a very gimmicky setup. If it works, it works. As that SPD will not end it. It was a light version, it seems. Whip there, Devil Sim unable to whip punish that just yet. Bachamiya has his work cut out for him. If he wants to make this comeback happen, that delayed drive rush overhead, the drive reversal goes unpunished, as a single hit from Devil Sim will end it over here. And he goes for the level 3. Okay.
God. Okay, this could be it. This could be Bacha bringing it back. Both players are going to be about on equal health. Not really. Bacha still doesn't have the health. Yo, God! Why did he? Okay. That was very scrambly. He could have ended it with the drive rush, but went for the reset overhead, but still ended the round. Either way, Bachamiya on set point. Again with the dash back, SPD. Good start for Devil Sim. If he wants to stay in the game, if he wants to stay in this tournament, this is it. This is the chance. and Pasha would want to close it out right now. Good combo in the corner now. Devil does have the level 3, gets the side change, has the meter advantage as well. Let's see if he can make something of this. Jump in, gets caught with the anti-air.
Where is SPD?
Devil! Oh god, Devil, that was amazing. In such a moment of doing that.
Watch him
This
get
is it.
burnout.
The burnout.
Devil
Let's
Sim,
go,
one
let's go.
more read and one more hit landing.
What?
That whips. He has to land some sort of lariat to get a sort of chip situation on Bachamia over here.
Oh
Bachamia
my god.
makes a massive comeback there. As Devil
God.
Sim just gets caught over there. He unfortunately was unable to get that one last hit on Bachamia
God.
because he was getting pressured.
Yeah, gotta feel bad for Devil, but also have to respect the awareness of Badsha there to immediately capitalize on the mistakes. You know, you have to. People are going to be making mistakes. This is a tournament after all. These aren't friendlies. You know, the moment somebody makes a mistake, he immediately capitalized on it and ended his run right there. You know, there was clearly momentum at, Devil Sim's last 2 games there. One mistake and that's it. And Bacha immediately capitalizes on it and ends the tournament run for Devil Sim. Really, really good stuff from Devil, but even better from Bachamia. Oh my god.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of these rounds were like massive comebacks denied by Devil Sim.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but overall here, like Bachamia is still able to make one of these in the last round and just manages to rock the comeback. And hey, some of the scramble situations, right? Like Bachamia still went for an overhead instead of hit confirming off of that for that drive rush. But at the end of the day, it seems like the pressure actually got to Devil Sim over here.
I'm seeing a lot of no's in chat and like, you know, that's what a tournament is, man. You gotta feel bad for him, of course. Like that was supposed to be his game there, but this is what it is, man. Like this is the tournament, this is the regional finals. Those mistakes do cost you everything, and those mistakes happen because it is that important, right? You want to end that round, you want to get to game 5, you want to stay in the tournament.
Yeah.
Because it's so uncharacteristic for a guy who's been playing Zangief for so long to make that mistake in that moment. It is uncharacteristic, but that's when it happens. It happens in moments like this.
Yeah,
And
the level 3 whiffed. That has to
God.
be a tilter, and I can't believe it. I mean, I can't imagine it feels good for the Indian side of our community to see this loss over here.
Yes, in shambles right now, but right now I am a commentator, so I will commentate. But after I go back to the Discord, I'll be like, oh god. But that's an emotion I will handle later after stream. And but right now, yes, all Bangladesh tournament in front of us. Great stuff for Bacha. We're gonna get to see some of the replays right now. We saw, as we pointed out, the trend earlier. You know, Devil would take the first round, and then Bacha would take the next 2. Look at that lovely confirm there as well of knowing the OD fireball would kill, getting the 2 hits. These small optimizations these players have made over the months, a year of this game coming out.
Yeah. Let's be very clear. Like every game over here, like Devil Sim showed great signs of life. Okay,
Absolutely.
Not a single game was uncontested. He played very well. This was a very close 3-1, if that makes any sense. Like every single game being contested, like tooth and nail, let's say.
Yeah.
He put up a magnificent fight, and he has clearly cemented himself as one of India's best over here.
Absolutely. I think like it's that thing of like you have like I'm sure all the Indian players are disappointed, but also like beyond that, be proud, man. Like look at the players and look at the skill. Like look at the fight of being at that game 3 where it could have been over and bringing it back, all that momentum. You know, so kudos to Prince, kudos to Devil Sim going out at 5th with $500 each, a piece to them. I know both of them must be the most disappointed right now. Would have wanted a better showing, but of course, there's more tournaments, there's more fight. This is what this game is about. This is why we love this game and this community. You know, you always come back. There's always going to be, as they say, you have to get washed before you get clean, right? Like these are the moments that are going to be those pivotal moments that make you better, that make you level up. But regardless, we have now Bachamia and Tony in our losers semis. That is going to be so much. It's going to be a Manon against maybe an Akuma, maybe a Luke. But Yoda, let us know. Are we taking a break before that? Are we going into our matches? Okay, I guess we're going into our winners finals. Let's go. I'm pretty excited to do that. So let's get into that. Raihan and Sionic. Let's start some of our chat and discussions on it. Yeah.
Oh, brother. Raihan versus Sionic, Tony versus Bachamiya. Both of these pairs of individuals have been going off of some sort of rivalry in their own sense. You know, like last year, we used to think of the closest thing to a rivalry being Bachamiya versus Sionic. Well, Raihan has been putting up a great fight against Sionic all season, pretty much. And the same goes for Bachamiya versus Tony. Bachamiya and Tony have been like sort of neck and neck. They had a FT10 in one of our offline sessions a while ago, and it ended like a lot of people would expect at a 10-9. I'm not gonna reveal who it was that won. So I'm gonna, do my job and basically keep the suspense going. So we have a lot of action coming up. Do not turn off the browser. And really, I can't wait to see what Sionic and Raihan have in store for us.
Yes, and as you said, like this new rivalry that's formed, we have seen Raihan send Sionic to losers before, Yeah. So this is not a matchup where we know like Sionic always wins, always dominates. Bachamiya, if I'm not wrong, I don't think has sent Sionic to losers, because how many times has Sionic even gone to losers? There's a chosen few who've done it. Tony has done it. Raihan has done it. So even for Sionic, I know going into this game, he has to be aware of the fact this is a player that has, seen the chinks in his armor, has called him out on things, has beaten him, is a guy who can go to grands right now. So let's see what happens. I'm sure. I think Raihan is one of those guys who doesn't get, the pressure seems like it floats above him like oil and water. Somehow he's always able to get his best game out, regardless of the situation he's in right now.
He's always very chill. He's always very chill. And him and Onyx know each other really well, right?
Yeah.
So it's like one of those cases where someone you're close to and someone you spar with very often, you have like I used to say before, like a conversation going on from before, and you pick up where you left off. And really, it's one of those things. Both of them pretty much have nerves of steel. Like when you're playing at this level, it's a almost paradoxical thing where you have to be like, okay, this is the last round, but they might do something specific because it's the last round. But then again, you have to essentially not care about the outcome, if you would know what I mean, right? You gotta keep your emotions and your head and your cognition clean, right? You want to not be burdened by it, but at the same time, you want to be aware of it. Like this is the last round, he might pull something out. So it looks like Sionic is back on the Chun-Li. Looks like he is not gonna abandon his true main over here. Raihan and Sionic both starting out with some fireballs to feel out the opponent's rhythm. And Sionic backing away. A lot of respect from both sides over here. But as I say it, Raihan attempts a cheeky drive rush and will attempt some of these parries. The EX fireball, Sionic near the corner.
Yes, loving the stuff from Raihan so far with the fireball. Catching him with the perfect parry there, gets the nice side change with the throw. Now look at this, catches the charge there with the heavy punch, the heavy special. Now both players, as you said, there's respect here, they aren't, like you've seen Raihan and how much he likes to go in with aggression right now. Really feeling it out. Nice Azanshu attempt there. Doesn't get it. Goes to the shimmy. Both players in neutral, just throwing out buttons. Neither folding yet. Another lovely throw and the level. I almost thought that would have been a punish, but maybe just slightly late there, even with the modern reaction. Another Azanshu attempt, but safe there. It gets caught not blocking.
Now, Raihan has showed this in the past, that he's willing to burn through level 1s in order to gain ground and gain, momentum, right? But sometimes he lets it get the best of him, and he will spend so many level 1s that it leaves him dry for the rest of the game. Now, Sionic able to close that one out off of the whiff DP by Raihan.
I love the reset there as well. And Raihan just got not blocking. He just got that surprise for a second. Drive rush is in, still gets counter hit. This plus there, I believe, goes in. Okay, nice, trying to bait something out. Look at how the defense is between these two players. Just walking in, pressing buttons, just trying to find an opening. Nothing too committal, nothing too scary. Lovely shimmy. The punish there from Sionic. Get some of his drive back. Lovely fireball. Raihan in the corner. It feels like when Raihan plays against Sionic is somehow able to cut his wings off him, you know, early. With some of his like this ability to like pressure away. Now that should be it for though not yet. In burnout, maybe Raihan can make this back. Goes for the level 3 right now. Will keep Sionic in burnout for longer. Get some of his drive back. But it is not looking really good for Raihan. It's gonna take some insane clutch factor, comeback factor for this to work. And look at that missed throw attempt and a small crouching light punch. Sionic takes the first game of our winners finals.
All right, so Raihan still with his work cut out for him manages to jump in the anti-air from Sionic, not quite landing there, but the EX DP will work out for him. This time gets perfect parry. Sionic manages to get Raihan near the corner, but not really capitalizing on it.
Look at that, this punish, so much damage. Sionic just playing patient. It feels like he has Raihan's number right now. Raihan also very close to being burnt out and opts for the level 1 there to burn him out quickly. This is bad. A DI could come in and any hit could kill right now. Nice tech and just the DI from that spacing. Very tricky option from Sionic. Gets the wall bounce and the skills right there. Now another quick round from Sionic in our game 2. Overhead. Delayed overhead there. Gets a nice punish. Oh god.
It seems like Raihan is quite overwhelmed because he was unable to do the instant level 1 to counter the DI in the last round there. Or perhaps he chose to not go for it because he had already written that round off. Yeah, we can't be certain there. So moving on, the trade over there, Sionic still dominating with the life lead and dominating space. This should be a level 2 conversion here for Sionic's Chun-Li. Perhaps able to end it out here, and yes, he absolutely will. Clean, resounding, dominating 2-0 performance so far. Raihan has a long way to fight back if he wants to claw.
You gotta say that, you know, like Sionic, who hasn't played Chun-Li once, this entire season he hasn't played Chun-Li once, and the Chun-Li comes out, you know, on the important day, on the big day, and look at how he's playing with that Chun-Li. You know, I've missed seeing Sionic on the Chun-Li. He is so scary with this character. Another bait on the DP. We saw this early in game 1, again coming out in game 3. Look at the health lead, goes to the overhead, doesn't connect, but still the drive reversal to put Raihan back in the corner. Sionic looks like he's about to end this round any second now. Oh, the drive rush! Sionic wins that trade. Another round. Sionic on set point in our winners finals. It's just gonna be it. Is Sionic gonna be going to grand finals, as is his throne waiting always for him there.
Ooh, Raihan still unfaltering with those DPs, but the rest of his game plan needs a touch-up if he wants to capitalize on these interactions and actually take the game. Whiff crotch medium kick, Raihan unable to really do anything. Does try a standing heavy kick over here. Another drive rush, a throw. Works out for him there. Sionic with the EX GP, he's been doing them at 20 to 30% HP very frequently. Now Sionic will land the level 2 over here to convert. Will he level 1? No. He could have if he wanted to burn him out. But
yeah, I'm very surprised by the choice to go to the level 2 there. There was such a big health lead for Raihan, but chooses to go for it and makes it back. Both players square and just a throw in the corners. Sionic with the Oki on the counter hit ends it 2 rounds in a row in our game 3. Sionic, man, what can someone say about him that hasn't been said already in the last 5 events? He is a winner. 3-0 takes Raihan out. He is not messing around on the big day. Sionic goes to grand finals as he's supposed to, as he does. Every time this man shows up, he makes good players look like... You said this, I remember last year you said this. He makes good players look like they haven't played Streetfighter in 2 years, you know. Raihan, who just did a 3-0 against Prince. It felt like his wings were completely cut off him against, you know, the player in this region, Sionic, the guy to be afraid of.
Yeah, it seems like he was just literally caught unawares almost. And like, even though Sionic played Chun-Li at the very beginning of the season at the first tournament. Like, he was cycling through other characters like the Akuma, the Bison, the Terry, and so on and so forth. So really, it also plays to his advantage in the sense that you don't know how he's gonna play with Chun-Li. Let's see, like, you can scout him out while he's playing ranked or other lobby matches all you want. But if you haven't had the practice of playing him against him in a tournament setting over the last few months, he will sort of catch you off guard because he knows how to hide his tech. He knows how to hide his intentions, and he knows how to observe you so well that you struggle and you're overwhelmed when he's adapting back at you. So really, hats off to Ionic for playing really well over there.
Yeah, it was amazing. Could we look at the replays quickly, just to see, you know, like the domination Ionic puts out, all these moments of like Ionic, even his like combo choices, even the small things, all of his choices feel so evolved. Like as we said earlier, you know, all these players are cut above the rest, but Ionic is a class apart. You know, he does dominate against players that you feel like should not be dominated, you know, at such a level. But yeah, look at this. The bait we saw with the DP twice in game 1 and game 3. Again, like these small stance combos that Ionic did, so optimized. That Oki, we've seen him end rounds with that Oki multiple times. Somehow, like Raihan, it feels like he doesn't know the Oki pressure or the Oki momentum, you know, tries to press a button on wake up even after the reset, you know, from the aerial level 2, try to press a button on landing, and you know, just the button was there, the Chun-Li was there with the stance cancel strikes. So
those DPs whiffing, as someone who obsesses over DP anti-airs, like I can tell you this much, like it's actually uncharacteristic for Raihan to whiff those DPs on that side, because see, at the start of the season and even last year, it used to be that he was not exactly a crosscut person. But over the last few months, both him and Onyx also picked up the crosscuts that me and Bachami are so good at, right? And even Nibrido and everyone else. So it's like we all have DPs somehow in this region, you know? But here, he whiffed it twice. I did not see this coming, to be very honest with you.
Yeah, it honestly felt like a setup, you know, like because, you know, crosscuts are a bit wonky in Streetfighter 6. You know, sometimes they don't autocorrect completely. It feels like the aerial legs from Chun-Li might be, you know, messing up that system where the crosscuts are coming out and like coming out in the same side. So it feels like a setup because he wouldn't go for it twice if it weren't a setup of player of, you know, SI's caliber. But either way, Yoda, could we look at the bracket once more before I believe you would be taking a short break, right? Oh, we're moving to losers. Perfect. Okay, then we could we just look at the bracket quickly. I believe we have Bacha Mia, Tony, Raihan, of course, is going to be waiting in losers finals for the winner of this losers semis, which is going to be Bacha and Tony. It's going to be Manon and Akuma most likely. God, all these, you know what, like Tony is the only player I'm mildly surprised by, but not really. After seeing Tony's performance in the last World Warrior, you know, winning, beating Ionic, and then today's performance, it is no surprise to me that he is in our top 4 guaranteed. But now I think it's murky waters. It's very murky waters. You know, if I think you would agree, these are top 3 Bangladesh players, right? Like Ionic and contestant number 1, then Raihan and Bacha Mia. There's, you know, it could be 50-50. People could make an argument about who's number 2, who's not, you know, just based on like tournament results. Raihan, of course, on leaderboard was number 2 in our rankings. But then Tony, you know, do you think he is at that caliber now that in Bangladesh he is in that conversation?
I have
the number 4 spot.
Very honest with you, like if out of all these players so far, I was thinking of both Raihan and Tony as the perfect kryptonite for Ionic, and we know who's out of the conversation for now, at least, as Raihan just got clean 3-0'd by Ionic over here. And really, Ionic's performance is gonna pretty much have us revising all of the considerations we built on so far, because turns out the guy still has an amazing Chun-Li after all of these tournaments playing other characters. So it's really going to be like, you know, like we'll have to see who actually makes it up there at grand finals to challenge Ionic. So yeah, coming up on the matches over here now for the match, I mean, so for Bacha Mia versus Tony 97, we'll have to see who makes it out. You know, it's gonna be a toss-up in the sense that I feel personally that Bachchamia may have a better chance against Tony than Ionic will, but who knows? They might throw my words back at me. It might be something else entirely going on. So
no, for sure. I think like there's a lot of things going on there, right? Like Bachchamia's set history against Ionic isn't that good. I don't think he has beaten him in tournament earlier in World Warrior at least. Tony has, Raihan has, so that is definitely something in their feather in their cap. But just because Tony can beat Ionic doesn't mean Tony can beat Badsha,
Right.
That's always a part of like the way these matchup works or player matchups work.
Yeah.
And also I don't think this is a match I have seen earlier or seen too much of. As I said, Tony earlier in World Warrior had some inconsistent performances, didn't make every top 8. He made it when it counted, he came first when it counted, but I haven't seen this match too much in top 8, so it is going to be new for me as well, seeing the Manon go up against Bacha. I don't know how Bacha does against Manon particularly. I know how he does against grapplers, and the answer is really well, because we just saw him take out a grappler in Devil Sim and his Zangief in that game, but I don't know, this is a matchup that's a complete unknown for me. It's unknown territory for me, absolutely. But we'll find out these players going in. Yeah.
We are in the loading screen and action is about to be on the screen here. So it's going to be a lot of stuff going on in this matchup in the sense that, Tony's long-reaching buttons, maybe Bachchamia still plays the Luke once again. I'm anticipating a Luke against the Manon once again.
Okay.
Yeah, because so far, at least going off of everything we've seen so far, it seems like Bachchamia opts to pick the Luke against grapplers for the time being.
Right.
So
I feel like even Akuma, it's really not a bad pick.
Yeah.
In this matchup, just all the variations of his jump, the jump special. What's it called? I'm forgetting the
Demon Raid.
Demon Flip. Yeah. I think in this matchup, I can see that being very sort of dominating. It could feel like a lot of pressure.
Is insane.
Absolutely.
The move is
also
almost
charged fireballs as well. I think it is something like Akuma does have something in this matchup. I can see him picking Akuma for Manon. But of course, as you said, the 9k HP as we were talking about, and Manon with her medal 5s, and as no more getting games, it's Luke now against the Manon. Let's get into it. Tony versus Bachchamia in our loser semi-finals. One of these players will be moving on and facing Raihan in our losers finals, in our regional finals. Let's go.
So I saw a light fireball whiff from Bachchamia. That signals to me that he is trying to get Tony conditioned into whipping perfect parries there. So far, it seems like Tony has tapped parry 4 or 5 times by now already. Tony loves his parries, and here you see Bachchamia trying to plant seeds of doubt regarding these fireballs into Tony. Let's see what Bachchamia does with this later in the set.
Yeah, absolutely. Catching Tony walking forward, unabashedly. Getting caught by Bachchamia so far, though. We saw 2 counters and just once just caught walking. Weird DI there, possibly. Doesn't get countered, though, and now Manon can start bullying. Has great burnout pressure. Look at that. I love the matchup knowledge, though, to not get hit by that overhead. Gets a medal in. Now all the way to the corner through that burnout. Has made the health lead.
The spacing traps are here. That setup has been paying dividends for Tony. That anti-air kick thing into the command grab, still paying off. Bachchamia seems to not have observed it closely enough in Tony's last match against Prince. Tony.
Okay, wow.
The level 2.
The level 2 there, yeah.
No,
maybe to put Luke slightly more closer to burnout. Another medal there with the command grab. Nice health lead. Tony looking so good right now. This should be the round for game 1 in Tony's favor. My God, Tony.
A strong start. A very strong start by Tony here. Coming out with guns blazing straight out of the gate. I have to see the rest of the set to see if Bachchamia actually comes back with something over here. Starts off with a charged heavy knuckle. Tony unable to really do anything about that straight away. Bachchamia has him in the corner, manages to land the DP, keeps Tony in the same side. Jailed in the corner, Tony forced to choose and guess. Here, he does not have his level 2. And
Flip it.
throws this time he gets a command grab, a medal for Tony 97 off of the backdash. Now,
Oh god, the drive reversal kind of carry there. You know, with that much health left, I think Bacha just needs to play patient now and let the command grab go. This is really good for Tony. Even if this round is lost, you still want to get in as many command grabs, as many medals. The neutral jump just catches the button there though. Bacha Mia one round.
Showing signs of life over here. Now the thing is, Tony has level 2. Level 2 is actually the best proper, like, you know, wake up option for Manon, because level 3 and level 1 can both be neutral jump. On top of that, level 1 is one of those supers that are a bit slow on the startup, so you can potentially jab and then block punish the level 1, right? If you're pressuring Manon on her wake up. So
absolutely.
So over here,
command grab there. Even when he was like, he was negative when he went for the command grab, but either way, as I was saying that, Bacha Mia just ends the round with the level 3, a game of peace. Bacha looking really good now. You know, it feels like Bacha does take a second to like get charged up, get revved up. But yeah, one game of peace. We don't want a game at this point in the stage to be a washout. You know, we always want to see the game 5. We want to see the best Street Fighter in the region that can be offered to our audience and our players. Let's go. Goes to the jump in. Doesn't get the driver just catches him.
The corner
early, and Manon can really struggle in these Oki situations. I thought that driver was might have gotten punished, but not really. Goes to low, and just another command grab early in the game. Level 2. You know, you'd expect a bit more fireballs in this game, but Bacha Mia opting to go for some aggression, gets punish countered there. Both shows an equal health though.
He probably tried to go for that cheeky command grab after that back medium kick first hit, but now Bacha Mia with a great read on that command grab, neutral jumping it out. Bacha Mia now takes the lead here in terms of the set, but not if Tony has something to say about it. Tony still can win 2 rounds and sees back the game lead in the set. So Tony,
the drive rush cancel command grabs as well. 2 of them have landed. So far Bacha maybe hasn't adapted to that thing, hasn't called him out on it, but at some point we might see that. You'll also see Tony do other interesting mix-ups, but maybe there's no time for that yet. The level 3 is going to put him at such a huge health lead. And in the corner, Bacha Mia can just go in with the pressure, maybe the drive rush, maybe just space and the fireballs.
Level 2?
That's the bait!
It was stand heavy punch, and you know, if you do stand heavy punch into a drive rush, you can actually block EXDPs and supers because you're just that plus.
Yeah, great sense of awareness from Bacha, knowing that Tony is sort of trigger happy with these situations, because Manon doesn't have much. You know, when you're getting crashes, you don't have an ODDP. All you have is your supers to get like as a get off the tool. But either way, Tony now with the 1 in pressure gets level 1 in the corner. Good space for Bacha now. Goes into the jump in. None of the jump ins have been anti-air yet. Get off me. Pressure from Bacha Mia.
A beautiful option select right there. Bacha Mia though unable to perfect parry or DI to answer that DI over there. And both sides with very low drive gauge. Goes for the... Oh, no punish there.
Okay, is that... Oh, it's so close. A fireball will do it and he's off to it. Even if it would have chipped, possibly I think did chip. And now Bacha Mia on set point has looked unstoppable since the first loss in the first game. Reversal into punch with the command grab. Oh god.
Which means another medal for Tony 97. If this is a comeback, this is how they look. So, goes for the safe jump over there. The perfect parry. He caught on to the timing of that step back button really well. The Luke crouching medium punch. Oh, there. The perfect. Oh, the drive reversal working out for him. Not quite really working out. And now Bacha Mia with the throw again. He's not going for a throw, Luke. Exactly. Goes for a burnout. Ooh, tries to go for a shimmy there.
Pressure in the corner is insane, but does not matter here. Tony takes the round. Is not letting Bacha get away with this. Still on set point. Tony with 5 medals though should be able to get a Super 3 by the end of this. But maybe not. Already in the corner. Will go in with the dash. Just jumps out and the cross card from Bacha. Is this one gonna get baited? No. Good level.
He had already pressed a button there. Oh, the perfect parry!
That messes it up. Messes it up. Doesn't get the punish or the throw to get the side change. But lovely throw there. Goes to the pressure with the drive rush. Another throw from Bacha Mia. Does have the level 3. Now any combo can kill. Tony has to be very careful. OD.
The OMPPs. Oh well. Bacha Mia ready to...
It's over with the DI and just closes it out for Bacha. Moving on, throwing Tony out in our loser semi-finals. Look at that change. Look at that change in momentum from Bacha Mia, man. First game it looked like, oh no, these are players who are going to be on equal footing, and then suddenly, after that, not 1 second did Bacha let Tony breathe. Oh god.
Bacha Mia eliminates Tony from the tournament, ending the Cinderella story that Tony was going for after all of this improvement the past couple of months.
Yeah.
Credit.
I'm sorry, chat. Yeah, I'm sorry, chat. I see the not like this in chat. A lot of Tony supporters out there, but man, look at the improvement on that player. Look at like how far he's come in like just 1 season of Street Fighter. Coming 4th in the regional finals, man, that's insane. Who has he even lost to? He's lost to Bacha Mia. That's like one of the best players. We have the top 3 now anyways. We have Saionic, Raihan and Bacha Mia, but like Tony went as far as a player goes, you know. Of course, he could have gone further. I think he is a player who could have gone further.
Yes.
But this was just not his day. Bacha did want it more. I know how much Bacha wants this. I've seen him from last season to this season be in this position again and again. Coming 4th, coming 3rd, you know, not quite being able to come first. Has tasted 2nd before as well. You know, so I am happy here for both players. Great showing from Tony. It's not going away empty-handed at all. Like if I look at my notes here, 700 USD, $700, man. Nothing to scoff at. Great stuff from Tony. Loving the support and chat for Tony as well, and seeing them win on at this level. But now to glazing Bacha. Oh god, what a player!
Yeah. He definitely did his homework for Tony. You could see that by the things like the heavy button drive rush into the baiting of the level 2 and so on. Like he started OS ODDPing like Tony's drive rush pressure up with the Manon. It was very clean, and he did the OS DP so late in the set. It feels like Tony didn't have the mental presence by then to call that out or to bait it, and he just fell for it twice in that last game. Even though Tony showed signs of life later on in the set and was shown to have a possible comeback to mount, right? Bacha Mia just straight up denied it. You know, I thought it was spelling doom for Tony, Bacha Mia early on, as he like showed like, you know, domination early on, but later on Bacha Mia seems to just have had, you know, caught his footing and just came back with a vengeance. Yeah,
when we see the replays, I think we'll get to see that like shift in momentum, you know, from game 1 to like game 2, where we like the first round was so good from Tony, you know, all the command grabs were landing. The command grabs were landing even later, but it feels like Bacha is someone who doesn't get kind of bullied by the grapplers, you know.
Yeah,
he knows that you can't do anything about those moments sometimes, you know, those mix up between strike and throw. You just got to eat those. You don't let that deter you. You play your game. You are Luke after all, you know. You can play your game, and that's what he did right after.
Yeah,
even though this bait, you know, as you said, the heavy punch drive rush into baiting out the level 2 from Manon. Just this moment I remember with the fireball to catch him, with the burnout. Which all these small things from Bacha Mia. Really happy to see him perform at this level.
Yeah, out of all the players over here, I think he is actually the best at structuring his read against grapplers. Like Saionic, like even though he's the, you know, the quote unquote winningest player of the region so far, he is the, like, he kind of falls prey to some command grab gambling here and there. So
Yes.
But now that Tony's been eliminated out of the tournament, it is up to Bacha Mia or Raihan, whoever makes it up there, to actually take 2 sets off of Saionic. If taking 1 set off of him wasn't intimidating enough, they have their work cut out for him, right?
Yeah.
But not to,
absolutely.
Like, we'll have to cross that bridge when we get there, because the next game is going to be, like I mentioned, Raihan versus Bacha Mia.
Yeah,
so
neither of these players can, I think, look past their opponent. You know, there is no time to worry about Saionic, as you said right now. You have to worry about the guy right in front of you, which is killers. Both of these players, absolute killers. You know, both could claim their throne as second best in Bangladesh, second best in the region in South Asia. You know, this was a deciding moment, though. This is where it all comes down to, right? These are the rankings that are going to be cemented in stone till the next World War.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's see who wants it more, because I know. Firstly, you want to beat. You don't want to lose, right? These are
Yeah.
players who have played each other in the top 8. They have played each other multiple times in winners, in losers. Things have gone both ways. Raihan has won. Bachami has won. You know, but today it's like a double-edged sword of like, you want to win because you want to beat him, and then you want to go beat SI Onyx.
Yeah.
You know, there is so much thing. I know that we're gonna see absolute insanity in this match, but before that, we're gonna take a very short break, chat. You know, don't go anywhere, and we'll see you really soon. Welcome back, chat. This is it. This is the last leg of our World Warrior South Asia Regional Finals. If you've been around for a bit, it's been some insane games, but we're down to our last 3 players now. It is Bachamiya, Raihan, and Sionic. Sionic, of course, waiting in grand finals for the winner of Raihan and Bachamiya, who are in losers finals. We're going to be seeing that game very, very, very soon. Let's do thoughts so far, and then we'll get into the game.
Yeah, so it's been a very action-packed set, of sets all over the night, right?
Yeah.
It's like we've got so many interesting interactions going on, and people sort of catching on to and latching on to like patterns that they've seen established before, like Tony with the level 2 to check option select a lot of these drive rushes, and sort of like so many things going on over here with the perfect parry call outs and things going on. So moving on over here at the for the whole day, it seems like Sionic is still poised to take the number 1 spot and capitalize and basically seize that ticket to Japan. Okay,
yeah, as you say, like the 2 players who can possibly now come to challenge him in grand finals, he has sent both of those players to losers.
Yeah,
he has beaten Bachamiya today 3-1 and Raihan 3-0. Those are the 2 players that can now come and contest him in the grand finals. But if those matches are anything that foreshadows the future, Sionic must be feeling kind of confident. They're definitely the favorite from the starting. They won the thing, but of course we're not going to call it. We're not going to call it till it's over. We're going to have Raihan and Bachamiya, who have had an insane run as well.
Yeah.
Raihan beating Prince 3-0. Then, in losers, like now he's going to be playing in the losers finals against Bacha. Bacha, of course, beating out Devil Sim, then beating out Tony. 2 grapplers in a row, and now going straight into Raihan. So, no easy games today for anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is it. This is the moment of, as we were saying before the break, these are the players who are kind of contested number 2 best in the region, possibly.
Right.
And, yeah, and just on cue, they're the ones in losers finals. So it is something interesting to see of what's going to happen when these 2 face off at such a moment. This is the moment, right? This is the pressure. This is everything they've been working for, and all these World Warrior events. So this is it. I want to see who wants it more. Who has those nerves of steel that we've seen from both of them earlier. But yeah, do they have it when it matters the most?
Yeah, so I got a reveal from I hinted at this FT10 that happened a few months back in an offline session, and there Bachamiya actually was the one to win 10-9. I have to say that Tony was the wild card, the X factor that could have taken out, maybe not taken out, but let's say posed the highest threat to Sionic's lead, or his his perceived dominance here so far. So as for Raihan and Bachamiya, it's been sort of like a very tense history between these 2 players. Like last year's in last year's regional finals, it was actually Bachamiya who beat Raihan. Like he was not the favorite in that matchup. He beat his Lily with Luke. So he beat Raihan's Lily with Luke, but for the last few events, it's actually been, the favor back to Raihan once again. I think Raihan beat Bachamiya with Marisa back then, I think it was. And really, both of these players have their work cut out for them, but it's right now the ball is in Raihan's court. It's Bachamiya who has to make the play for it in order to come back and actually challenge Sionic properly here.
As you said earlier today, we've seen all these players improve. Like every single player here, they were there in the first year's event. This is our second year's event, of course, and everybody has improved. But I think Raihan has improved disproportionately. But he's not the same person he was in first year. But I think Bachamiya from first year to second year of Streetfighter 6, I've seen him improve. But the way I've seen Raihan go up, his consistency, his ability to clutch, his ability to play the tough matches against the strong players, his ability to cycle through all these different characters, it has just gotten better and better and better. As you said, his ability to contest normals, just like counter hits or whiff punishes, the shimmies as we've been seeing in this tournament. There has been a large sort of improvement there. Is it enough though? Is it enough to take out a Bacha Mia? Is it going to be in my head, it's going to be very close games, but we've been wrong before. I've been wrong before many times. It could be a trio, absolute domination from either player, really. It could be last round, last hit. Neither would be surprising. Either way, I think it's going to be a really, really good match. Yeah.
Yeah. All
With
right.
that, yeah.
Looks like we are ready to get this show on the road. So,
Cool.
I can't wait to see if this is gonna be a Luke mirror or if Raihan's gonna pick out one of his many modern pocket picks.
Yeah.
Like
if it's modern Luke versus like classic Luke, it's that like Kobe Bryant thing of like same beast but different animal.
right.
That
right.
ad, yeah.
It is. All right. So this is gonna be quite interesting. Luke does miss a few normals here and there, like the stand medium kick is a great example of what Luke gives up going to modern. But compared to other characters, Luke does not give up nearly as much, right? So over here, Raihan setting the tone with that standing heavy kick. He has recently fallen in love with that normal, using it to steal turns, to counter poke, to play spacing trap, mind games, and the suppressor as well. Raihan played some beautiful suppressors earlier against Prince, but now, sorry, he has been threatening a lot. Going over here, the burnout just managed to get the shimmy.
And the Raihan classic, yeah. I also love in that round how Raihan like spent so much drive, got so much value out of it. And by the end of the round, it was the other way around. Raihan with drive and Badshah Mia ran out. They are loops, both of them, after all. So the loop of offense is similar. The things they will be going for will be similar. The fireballs contesting each other.
Ooh.
But right now, Badshah Mia in a small lead, but might just be getting pushed to a burnout situation here. Nice try to contest there. Not a good trade for Raihan though. Gets knocked down.
Interrupting the heavy knuckle. Both sides showing a lot of great matchup experience in terms of the mirror. But now Badshah Mia will get that DI counter, and
oh god!
looks like Badshah Mia.
I don't know if it kills. I don't think it kills yet, but both players in burnout. I think if Badshah even does raw level 3 on off, it kills like that.
Well, they went butter for butter, and they're going on to the last round of this first game. I have to say, Badshah Mia should have just spent the level 1 or something else. But hey,
Yeah, you're right.
at least both sides have gotten all their meter out,
Yeah,
So,
they're making a balanced game again in our last round. Great ODDP there. We've seen Badshah call out drive rush cancel earlier as well with the button. But now let's see. It feels like whoever can get their offense started early really gets so much value. And once the lead is there, you can take away the round.
clean, perfect parry sweep by Badshah Mia. The last round was really funny in the sense that Badshah Mia forgot about Raihan's modern level 3 because he was in burnout, right? And Raihan forgot that you shouldn't meaty someone when you're in burnout and chip territory, right? It was funny to see that. Anyways, Badshah Mia with the level
What a
1.
great call out from Badshah Mia. Like, he knew he would go for the charge there, just called it out with the level 1. Gets shimmy though. Classic Raihan move. Level 1 to put Raihan in burnout. And now gets the side chain into DP. What's happening? Very scrambly. Jumps out, cross cut. Both players, another DP. What's happening? Another DP. OD for Badshah Mia to close out the round. Takes the first game against Raihan.
Raihan has been experimenting with that air flash knuckles maneuver to try to make people whiff their DPs, but here it just does not work out with Badshah Mia because he has been playing Luke for this whole game's lifespan so far. And he knows what got nerfed. Here Raihan is going for the crouching heavy punches, trying perhaps to not whiff the DP anti-air. And speaking of DPs, Badshah Mia will come out guns blazing with that, will get burnt out. Raihan with his foot on the gas pedal, but here he joins Badshah Mia in the burnout. Ooh, Badshah Mia tries to go for that run Avenger overhead, but it doesn't work out.
Yeah, both players in burnout, similar health. Great move from Badshah Mia. gets some damage, closes the distance, back, all of his drive is back and goes for Shimmy. Another great round for Badsha in this Luke mirror. Look at what's happening, man. Badsha's playing really good right now. Oh, weird drive reversal there, gets punished. Now Raihan is going to be the one to take Badsha into the corner. Does the dash back to call out the throw, but doesn't get a punish yet. Now Badsha Mia has center stage, has some pressure going.
The heavy kick once again.
Buttons. Yes.
Yes, Raihan quite free and willing to go for those standing heavy kick attempts right over there. No, the thing is,
look at this, both players burn out again. I thought we might see a super there, just a simple throw on Raihan. And look at this, anything will kill. And just he strike. And Badsha, another quick round 2-0 against Raihan. It's such a change. It's such a change from what I was expecting would happen. Maybe Raihan taking a breather right now. Maybe changing characters. He does have 4 more in his pocket. Maybe the mirror is not suiting him in the way his offense works. Some people just don't do well in mirrors. It's just a thing. Badsha Mia clearly not one of those people. Clearly one of those people who can really put his game plan, kind of carve out his niche in that mirror, and now 2-0 uncontested so far. What do you think is making the biggest difference between how these two players are playing?
So Badsha Mia is really great at, has been actually succeeding at making Raihan whiff some of these throws, right? So Raihan managed to shimmy some of Badsha Mia's stuff, and Badsha Mia managed to shimmy right back. Okay, so the first round of this past game was a clean shimmy to end it out, and this is actually very significant because it's actually kind of tough to make Raihan whiff his throw, like the protect, in order for you to go for a shimmy. Raihan in general likes to favor the delay jab a lot, kind of like Devil Sim a little bit here, but unlike Devil Sim, he doesn't get shimmied as often. So to understand the set of conditions it takes for Raihan's probability of whipping throw to go up, kudos to Badsha Mia so far. Now the general strength for Raihan's Luke is going to be the suppressor and the standing heavy kick, but so far it seems like he has been unable to capitalize on those advantages and actually close out rounds where they matter, right? So we'll have to see how Raihan comes back after having taken a breather here. Looks like we are back in the game.
Let's go. Game 3 between Raihan, Badsha Mia, Luke mirror. Something has to be said about Badsha Mia's momentum right now. Having beaten Devil, having beaten Tony, and now on to Raihan. Can he end it right now, or does Raihan show us the game 4 in our losers finals today? So far, very similar. ODDP from Badsha Mia. Perfect parry. And Raihan replies straight back with the shoulder. Both players giving each other some distance. Equal on drive. Nice punish from Raihan. Doesn't get a conversion, but still has Badsha in the corner. This could be really scary for Badsha. Nice fireballs from both players. Staying confident. What an odd jump in, and now in the corner himself. Now from the other side. DI to put him in burnout. Great sense of awareness. God, Badsha looking good.
Ooh, level 1 over there. Really snappy reaction by Raihan, or perhaps it was not a reaction, but rather an assumption. So what I found really interesting was that Badsha Mia has been doing these lows after his drive rush pressure, and it seems that he's been catching out Raihan with a lot of walk back attempts that Raihan is trying to go for. But here, DI gets thrown back into the corner. No fatal shot attempt there by Badsha Mia, but the fireball is just there when he needs it.
And with that, Badsha Mia on set point in this Luke mirror against Raihan. I don't know how he's doing it, but as we said earlier, a 3-0 from either of these players wouldn't be surprising, and right now it's not surprising. The way Badsha Mia is putting on a tear on Raihan with the level 3 early in the round, huge health lead. Both players equal on drive, but this has to be non-comfortable position for Raihan. He knows he's playing for his tournament life, and just a throw. Are we going to see another? Not the throw loop yet, but Raihan in the corner. Good use of drive rush there to get himself out. Gets the little light here. And the light kick to get the conversion. Is going to get the hit. Some of his drive back. Catches the dash back. Is this it? Is Bacha gonna get the hit?
Raihan
Anything
showing
looking down.
signs of life here as he attempts his combo. No, nothing more to go for here, but the fireball from Bachamiya will close this out for a clean 3-0 finish
What?
over here.
What? 3-0? Oh
I
god, man.
I was
Oh,
not expecting
God.
this. I was expecting
either.
Raihan to put up a lot stronger fight over here. You know,
Yeah,
like,
when we say we weren't expecting that, that's nothing to do with Bachamiya. That's everything to do with how good we think Raihan is as well. But right now, look at the players Bacha has gone through now. He's gone through Devil Sim. He's gone through Tony, and now he's gone through Raihan 3-0. Is this the guy? Is this the guy who's going to take out Ionic? Because right now, you know what? We were talking about the people who have, in the past, taken out Ionic and sent him to losers. Like Tony has, Raihan has. Bacha hasn't. But is today's Bacha that guy? Because, hey, he got tested, right? Went to losers slightly early from winners. And he has beaten the best. And he has beaten them not like, you know, it's been convincing. Bacha looks amazing right now. But before that, of course, let's talk about Raihan. And, you know, what went wrong in that match. We discussed a bit earlier, you know, but 3-0 is not something we expect from Raihan's caliber of player.
honestly, it just looked like Bachamiya just had his patterns, like, you know, in his hand. You know, he just knew what he was going to do. It seemed like Bachamiya, like, even though Raihan was making some good reads here and there, Bachamiya just had more of them. Like, he beat Raihan to the punch, and it just seems like, you know, like Bachamiya just came more prepared today. Like, he has had a lot going on in terms of his studies and stuff lately, and he's been dooming for himself the whole time. Like, I had to work, I had to study, I had to do this and that. But hey, somehow he has number over here. But moving on.
Absolutely. With all the dooming, also, like, still come third in the regional finals. That is $1,000 for Raihan out of our prize spot. But we will come back to that later. Let's talk about the replays, you know. Looking at these two Lukes, I had a lot of moments where I was like, who's who? But after the first game, I'm like, okay, it's the, you know, the green clothed Luke is Bachamiya. Look at these cross cuts there, like catching them, like both players really good. But I love that moment where he knew the recognition on the burnout. Both players were in burnout so much of those games, you know. So a lot of those small, like, chip out moments happen in this game. Chip out through ODDPs, chip out through fireball, chip out through supers. Saw a lot of that. Luke, I think, lends himself as a character to going into burnout, get so much value and damage early in the game and try to get it back, you know, as the game goes on by playing a bit in corner when you're not in disadvantage. You're the aggressor. So yeah, some of that good Luke gameplay we got to see. But either way, GG's to Raihan. You know, great run. And now all we have is, you know, we have the moment. That's it. We have the moment left between Bachamiya and Ionic. That's gonna be everything right now.
I mean, Raihan has put in a lot of work, and he has come a lot farther in the regional finals, let's say, compared to last year, like, you know, but he still falls short and is not able to make grand finals over here. Now moving on, I mean, to the grand finals over here, Ionic versus Bachamiya. Bachamiya has always had Ionic as his tournament demon, let's say. Even though they have beaten each other in ranked like many times, and last year, even though Bachamiya did send Ionic to losers in an FT3 set, he was unable to really make it back to grand finals and win against him in grand finals over there. I mean, I think he made it back in the grand finals, but was unable to close it out. Ionic, when he gets to adapt versus you, he will adapt hardcore. So
yes, and also, like, as we had mentioned earlier, you know, they did play against each other earlier today in our winner semi-finals. You know, that was a 3-1. It also, I think, gives us a moment to just reflect on all these games, all these great players that were here today. You know, our first games, we of course saw SI Badsha. We're gonna see the run back very soon. I think both of us are hoping to see a different Badsha Mia. You know, I think we are seeing a different Badsha Mia. Badsha Mia that can 3-0 Raihan is not, you know, it is a different Badsha Mia. It is a person who's come here to win, who's come here. This is serious business for him, I'm pretty sure. We saw Raihan and Prince. You know, Prince had a very disappointing, I think, I think he was expecting way more. He was ranked third in our leaderboard, so slightly underperformed according to his caliber and like all the points he got in our earlier events. So going out at 5th, we saw Carry Up, you know, and Tony, and Carry Up, of course, the Ken we saw, this really interesting, unique Ken going out at 7th, you know, and similarly Noob Rita, another Ken, you know, really young 13-year-old guy. You know, some like to call him a prodigy. He is definitely there in terms of his skill set is way far beyond like, you know, his years that he has in experience. So both of them had 7th in our tournament. Prince, as I mentioned, 5th. And Bacha Mia, of course, took out Devil, taking out the last Indian player who was there. T1, putting him at 5th as well. Then we saw one of the greatest sets, which was Tony Bacha. Tony again beating another grappler. 3-1, taking Tony out at 4th. Then the crazy set we just saw, the 3-0 against Raihan.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the only thing that's left is Ionic, and is there someone who can beat him not one set but 2 sets in a row in our grand final?
It can always be so nerve-wracking facing your tournament demon, right? But it's also even more nerve-wracking to face your tournament demon, who also happens to be the number 1 player in the region going off of results, right? So when you're in losers and he's in winners, you gotta do double the work on top of that. But let's not discount the aspect of when you're the favorite, right? There can be moments and causes of doubt, right? Where you're thinking, what if I choke this? What if I choke this, right? It can get to you. And that can happen to Ionic, but let's be very clear. Bacha Mia has to work really hard just to make Ionic doubt himself at all. If I'm Ionic right now, I'm thinking it's just Bacha Mia. I have to basically just chill out, see what he brings to the table, and figure out a game plan to beat it, right?
Absolutely. Going into this, I know Ionic must be feeling confident, you know, knowing his set history against Bacha Mia. But again, also like there is history to this, right? Like last year, this is our regional finals returning champ. Ionic is. He won the regional finals last time. He has lost 2 out of 10 World Warrior events in total, to put things into context, right? So he's not a favorite by a small margin. He's a favorite by a large margin. And of course, the heartbreaker of last year, where he wasn't able to go to Capcom Cup. You know, this year, if he can not clutch it out, of course, just close it out. You know, as we expect him to sometimes. This might be the time where he gets to go to Capcom Cup 11, because that is what's happening. We're playing not to find out who the best is. We are, of course, going to find out who the best is in our region, but that person is going to go to Japan for Capcom Cup 11 in March to showcase what this region has in terms of talent, right, of player and caliber. It is a lot riding on this game, and I'm sure Bacha understands. I know Ionic really understands that as well. So, you know, there is history to a regional finals, grand finals. Here, nobody has taken him out when it counts at the Chun-Li. You know, when it comes to these moments, Ionic does not lose. He does not choke. I have not seen it.
Yeah.
You know, and if I'm honest, as audience members, as viewers, you love to see the unexpected and the unpredictable happen. But you know, you hope for the best. You know, you hope for the best, but also go in knowing that there is a favorite, there is a people's champ, and then there's a favorite. You know, and that favorite is somebody who was supposed to go last year and maybe gets to go this year. But yeah, it's going to be something. Either way, they're both confirmed a good prize pot winning at least. Raihan, as I mentioned earlier, is going to get 1,000 USD. The winner of this set is going to get 2,000 USD. That is insane. That's so much money. Thank you, Capcom. Thank you. If you're watching, thank you so much. And the second place, of course, will get 1,500 USD. So it is huge incentive for these players, and it's not just incentive. It feels like investment, right? Like in our region from Capcom, people do grind when money is on the line. That money these players usually reinvest into, you know, like buying controllers or getting something or getting this monitors, something like that. You know, something like all these things do count when you're doing this hobby, trying to make it a career in this country, you know, in this region. Is not the easiest. These small things do count. People watching in chat and like, thank you so much for watching. All of it counts.
Yeah.
So this is a very great, I think, culmination of 2024 of Street Fighter for South Asia.
Right.
And you know, regardless of what happens right now, I think it's been a great series of events. And yeah, I hope the best man wins today.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of esports in our region can overall say that they have opportunities like this to earn money, even though it's through a lot of grind and investment of hours, right, into the hobby or the sport, whatever you like to categorize it as right? But like a lot of for a lot of esports, people in our region simply don't have the privilege or the luxury to say that we're part of the pro tour in any way, right?
Yeah.
So this is definitely something like all the viewers in the chat, you might want to consider, you know, don't you want to be part of this great, magnificent story being told, right?
Absolutely. Actually, this is perfect. This reminds me, I think, because, you know, it's our last event, so we didn't really go through the earlier information we used to tell in earlier events. But World Warrior hopefully will return. We had one last year. We most likely will have one next year for South Asia. This event is open. You know, we saw only Indian players and Bangladeshi players, but it is open to players from Sri Lanka, from Nepal and Bhutan. So if you are at home watching from any of those countries, do think about it too. Think about signing up for the next World Warrior. I can promise you all the players you're seeing this year will be returning. These are players who are going to come back, play again. You know, this has been one of the greatest series for our region. So like, of course, if you're home, you're watching it. Those are the 5 regions World Warrior is open to. You can see the flags above our head right there. So yeah, think about joining in. It is free to play. It's always fun. There is no pressure, you know. There is pressure, of course, for competitive players, but some of us just play tournaments for fun, you know. Why not? See how far you can go. If you and sometimes you know, catch the taste of blood like a shark, and then suddenly you're like, I hated losing. I'm gonna go back and grind, and then suddenly that loop of wanting to get better starts. Maybe that'll be you. And you know, maybe like Noobrito, first time contestant, made it into our top 8, came 7th, you know. Those things happen. It's not always the same people returning. But I think let's not make you wait any longer. We're going to start the grand finals for South Asia region. Let's get it on. SI Onyx, Bacha Mia, one of the most, like, the biggest name rivalries that we've seen from year 1 of Street Fighter 6 in this region to year 2. What a great way to close out this event with those 2 names facing against each other. Let's see what we have in store from both these players. What are you expecting? Chun-Li, Luke? Yeah, because Luke seems to be doing a lot of work.
All right, looks like it's the same matchup from last year between these 2 gentlemen. Batshamia not exactly going into the Akuma like he was before. Now Sionic fighting, setting the tone pretty hard here with a strong amount of corner pressure, jumping away, walking back. Batshamia surely starting to get frustrated off of that maybe. But no, it seems he's been earning some hits of his own, taking the real estate that Chun-Li gave him, but Sionic once again EXGPing here, drive rush pressure, puts himself into burnout.
Yes, in burnout, but has such a good health lead right now. Doesn't have to rush it. Interesting choice there for Batshamia. Rushes in. This could be the decider. Almost strat with the DI. Can Batshamia end it here with a level 1 combo? Possibly no. Goes for the safe jump setup. Now both players on equal health. Puts himself in burnout for the throw. Anything will kill. Will he go for the baits out the drive reversal. Doesn't get a punish though. Batshamia.
He's in burnout. So he's only -2 there. He looked for something crazy from the Chun-Li there, but Sionic now capitalizing on that respect and able to really close it out for that round over there. Both sides almost at level 3. Batshamia continues his pressure with the delayed crouching low over there. A throw. Will there be another? No! That will be walked under. Sionic.
Lovely walk under, yeah. And now should get a nice combo in the corner for Sionic. Just goes to the grab there. Let's see what he's gonna go for. Oh, throw loop from Chun-Li. Catches him in the air. Puts him back in the corner. Let's see. Both players do have a lot of respect. Level 3 is online. Is he gonna let go of it? And he does. Get some drive back. I am not sure of the skills, but I'm sure Bacha's hoping this ends.
I don't think it will, no.
Not yet.
Alright. Goes for the standing heavy punch meaty, and Bashamiya manages to close the round out, but at the cost of his level 3. Sun Lee has a 2-bar super meter advantage over here. So,
yeah, if you're Ionic, you're happy right now. You know, so far I think Ionic's game plan is starting to show. Goes to the overhead there, doesn't get caught. Drive rush in, both players trying to establish some offense. Ionic being walked back to the corner, drive reversal, gets a nice hit on him. Goes back into the center stage. Both players, neither has landed a hit on the other. Drive rush for the pressure. Catches the aerial. Chun-Li, man, always scary with the anti-airs. Look at that. Good pressure with the counter hit.
Bashamiya attempted some crouching shorts, like crouching leg kicks off of his drive rush pressure over there. It seems he is hard reading a lot of walk back from Ionic, but here he tried to go for the throw and he does get it teched. So Ionic always seems to be one step ahead at guessing what Bashamiya's offensive pressure is going to be like. However, he is almost at burnout and he does burn himself out. Does not level 3 over there.
That's surprising maybe. But yeah, in burnout now, Badsha can turn this around. Has been walking Ionic back to the corner. Look at that, gets the hit with the jump in. With the burnout, this could be scary. Might get a level 3 soon. Another hit lands on Ionic. Just goes to the level 2 in the middle of the fireball call out. Might just cancel into level 1 here, not. Oh, he does, and should be the game for Ionic, game 1. This is good for Ionic. You're happy right now if you're an Ionic fan. The momentum is in the winner's side champ's favor. Let's see. Bashamiya not looking shabby. I can already tell you this is a very different game than we saw earlier in this bracket when these two players played each other. Basha looking already way better and way more confident in this matchup.
Alright, no character switch here from Bashamiya. Stays on the Luke, so he must be feeling confident with the Luke if nothing else, but here he eats a reset, and as he is in burnout, Ionic is willing to take the guess for game situation against BM, but here the whiffed heavy knuckle will be punished with a sweep. Very clean spacing.
This is not what you want to see in your grand final set when you're coming from losers. A perfect round, never good for morale, and another great round start from Ionic. Does get counter hit there, but still has center stage right now. Oh, lovely drive rush cancel into throw. We've seen Badsha do that a couple of times. Is not worried about spending drive from both players actually. ODDP get off me too. The weight there, I thought he was gonna try to call out the ending frames of the pad. Goes to the level 2 push, Badsha. Yes, both players in burnout now, but the health lead into the combo. And another game from Ionic, game 2. We're entering our game 3 already from Ionic, man. Badsha, if there is something you want to say, now is the time.
Yes, you couldn't have said it better. Like, the window, the doorway of his, like, you know, triumph is closing.
It's closing. It's just slowly, yes.
There's just a very thin shimmer of light sort of making its way through that tiny little crack, right? Even if you make the comeback here, Ionic gets a lot of data off of you.
Oh yeah.
And
it's a long road. It's a long road ahead from Badsha if he wants to win this. There's the 3 games in front of him, and then there's the reset. And it's all of it is being played against Ionic. So you know, none of it's easy right now. This is, you know, like going into this, you of course don't want to, you know, discount anything. You want to hope that either player can take it, but right now it's kind of looking like the Ionic tournament, you know, World Warrior South Asia, always, you know, because not to glaze them or like not to like, you know, discount any other players, always, oh my god! Oh my god!
He might as well go for it. He might as well go for it. You know?
Yeah, this is it. This is it. Is the Akuma the answer? Chun-Li to Ionic, but yeah, we will find our way soon.
That whiffed Tatsu over there, not how you want to start this off, but the demon flip dive kick catches Ionic, but he's unable to really do anything off of that to punish him harder. The perfect parry, beautiful catch on the Hazanshu right over here, but as you said earlier, his margin for error is very slim. He doesn't have a lot of space to work with essentially, as he also falls into the corner. Ionic able to probably close it out off of this with the level 1. Ionic tournament point at qualification point for Capcom Top 11.
Is this it? The Akuma so far not looking like the character. Good round start from Badsha though. Okay, aerial kicks from Chun-Li. Tries to get a counter hit in the corner now. But we've seen Psionic here before, playing confidently, being able to jump out or walk out. That could have been something, but not yet. Both players low on drive. Badsha with a slight health lead. Might be disappearing very soon. Supers online as well for Badsha with level 3 coming very soon. Nice fireball there, charge fireball. Gets caught with the anti-air. Psionic choosing to spend some drive. The overhead doesn't connect. Perfect parry, gets so much drive back. Now that's going to be a long combo. Level 3. Is this where Psionic takes it? Is this the end of the tournament? Is Psionic the winner of World Warrior South Asia Regional Finals? Psionic, as we said earlier, people are a cut above, but Psionic is a class apart. Our reigning champion from last year to this year, Psionic. It is his tournament.
A tale as old as time, a song as old as rhyme. Wow. He did it again.
3-0 with a 3-0.
The only game he lost was to Badsha, but Badsha really unable to make more of that. And here, Psionic will take it as the rest shall fall. Well.
Okay. Man, also, before we forget and we start, of course, talking about this game, amazing performance from Badsha so far. In this set, it feels like, he couldn't, quite muster up the adaptations or whatever was needed. 3-1 loss into 3-0. So Psionic, he's him, right? He's just him. And he gets it like that. He just ends out the tournament, closes out the tournament with a 3-0 win over Badsha, which was, the rivalry. I don't think it can be called the rivalry at this point today. It is his stage. It is Psionic. He is quite a few notches above the rest of the players. And huge congratulations to him. Also, huge congratulations to every single other player. But of course, your winner, your champion of the regional finals is, as many had suspected and thought, and any betting man would, put money on it, is Psionic.
Yeah, I have to say, it's less of a rivalry and more of a David and Goliath situation right now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It has been, like Psionic's dominance from start to finish, except for that one tournament where he played Terry, and but hey, props to him. He's clearly put in the work. He's been putting in the grind day in, day out. Not a lot of people have the discipline or the work ethic to pull this off so often, So, as Psionic, hopefully she'll make it to Japan this time around.
Absolutely,
I'll only urge everyone in the scene to, for whatever it's worth, support him if you can. But hey, he has definitely put in the work over here and has gone so far. It would have been a very shaking upset if he lost to Badsha here. And hey, maybe a lot of us would have preferred to see a new winner, see a shake-up, there have been so many strong contenders this time around. Prince, Devil Sim, Nubrito, Tony97, Raihan, Badsha Kyrie Yup, so many people, anyone could have taken it, but this time it looks like Psionic just had a good day while also being the top player in the region,
Yeah, as you're saying, it's the best player, whenever there's a dominant player, they're never the people's champ,
Yeah.
You want to see the best player lose, but they're the best player for a reason. They don't lose, and after this, no matter who you supported, whether you're an Indian viewer who supported Prince or Devil Sim, whether you're a Bangladeshi viewer who supported Tony, Badsha, at this point, as Street Fighter 6 fans, as fighting game fans, there is one person you need to support at this point, which is Psionic. It is your winner. It is going to be the guy from this region who is going to go to Capcom Cup, who is going to play with all the top players, all your favorite players from all around the globe. That is our guy. That's our rep. Show all your support. Go and follow him on socials. Do what you can, be there as the champion and go and watch him when he plays on the big stage and shows off what this region has to offer, I can't wait to see him play against all these faces I've been seeing for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, all these legends, all these top players, world-class players, and is Ionic going to go there and like shake things up? And it's going to be very exciting to see. Yoda, sorry, you were saying something. Oh my God. Okay, guys, what a pleasure. I think we have Ionic with us for a short interview. In chat, if you're there, if you want to ask any questions, drop it. But yeah, let's meet the champ.
All right. Hello. How are you guys doing?
Can you hear us? Okay.
All right. Slight delay over there.
Yeah, they're Streetfighter 6 players. They're not. They're not the TOs. They don't know. That can be confusing.
Yes.
Yeah, man. What a great run.
Yes, absolutely.
4 out of 5 events. Yeah, can't wait to talk to the man at this point. And like, I love seeing the crew as well. We saw the crew last time as well, right? The homies that were there. Yeah, last grand final. I think it was you and Safi on comms. I was watching in chat. You know, him and his friends all together.
And he is here. Hey.
Hello.
Hi, Esa. Can you hear us?
Yes, of course.
Congratulations.
Yes. Firstly, a huge congratulations from everyone.
All right.
Yes, play your stuff, man. Of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How are you feeling? First of all, Ionic, huge congratulations from all of us. And yeah,
Yes,
great to see you and your crew together, of course, like last time.
Yeah.
All your supporters and friends. But yeah, Ionic, the stage is yours. How do you feel right now?
I feel really good right now because I just I don't trust myself this tournament because everyone is playing good, so I'm just a little bit afraid. But sadly, it works. I won this tournament. Yes.
All about coaching, all about coaching.
Yes.
Yeah. You can't take away from the coaching, of course. You know.
And I thought I lost this tournament. That's
12 hours of this.
Really. Doesn't feel like what you're saying, but also I have to ask about.
We are inspiring him since months. And
Absolutely.
He worked really hard, really practiced with the top players, his friends,
Yeah.
players from Philippines.
Yes, I must credit those friends who are from Philippines, Malaysia, and Singapore.
Okay, wow. Do you want to shout somebody out in particular out of these players?
Yes, especially first I thank Malaysia from I'm Chuan
Chuan, yeah.
and Singapore from ACO, FGC, Koji.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah, amazing players, absolutely.
and another person from Japan. His name is
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Profen. Yeah. He's a chill dude. Like,
private training partner.
nice. Yeah. It's like, it's
Sorry, I have to ask, SI, we hadn't seen the Chun-Li, all the last few events. You were playing Bison, Terry, but it comes back and the finals and the regional finals, the Chun-Li comes back and it's as amazing as it was last year. What was the thought process of going back to the main,
Actually, I decided to not use Chun-Li this time because she got nerfed. So as it is, I feel comfort with Chun-Li rather than Akuma and Bison. So I choose Chun-Li.
I also saw the coach saying that he was a part of, the suggestion. The Chun-Li might be the answer.
He was really a hidden gem for him. And I'm sure everyone was predicting him Bison or
he will not play active.
but Chun-Li was, under the radar. I told him to, just keep the Chun-Li on shade. Just like
all right.
here.
I keep my secondary character as Akuma.
Okay, wow.
Was just secondary character, but it works. I mean, Chun-Li.
There was
Yeah.
a plenty of Clancy, but we won.
All right. Yeah, it seems like earlier in the season, you had very strong opinions about Akuma. It seems like you changed your opinion over time and realized his strength, right? He's a strong character as well, right?
It's top tier.
So-
right? Top tier.
Yes, absolutely. So, you collaborated with everyone, and this goes to show, the fighting games, there's a community aspect to it.
Yeah,
Even
also,
though-
we have Tony in chat. And Tony in chat is asking you, SI, he's asking which player were you looking forward to playing in this tournament the most? Like, who was the player who was on your mind while you were, going into this regional final?
Chun-Li and Akuma.
I know, like, player, like which player against the player that you were thinking of playing? Maybe someone you were looking forward to, or like maybe you were scared of playing against.
So yes, of course. At first, I would like to try with Tokido and Daigo in Japan.
Oh.
I go with that.
Okay.
And Fountain Menardi offline.
Of course.
Okay, yeah. You're gonna get all of that practice for sure, man. FR, do you have any questions for Arjun? Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Great commentary once again, the best commentators. Thank
Man,
you.
FR is amazing as well, yeah.
No, Gupshup carried everything.
Stop.
Oh, you are.
Stop the cap. You were amazing. But also, like, I think the commentators feed off of the players, and I think we got
Yes.
some of the best Street Fighter we've seen in this region today.
Yeah.
Sionic, who's always been the best, we saw him also like dominate today. So, we as commentators just fed off of the chat, the audience, and you guys as players and your
Well, I'm
performances.
surprised today. Saw him
Oh yeah?
like this. Yeah. He has some, hidden studies. I didn't know that.
Hmm.
He just
Absolutely.
applied. I'm just surprised how he played. It was
Yeah.
so easy, and
Yeah. Also, like, I have to ask, like, last year, to whatever unfortunate like circumstances, you weren't able to go, even though you were the winner last year. But this year, you are the winner. You are going. There must be.
Capcom.
Yes, please, Capcom. This is two-time regional finals winner.
We start tomorrow.
Perfect.
Yes.
Visa issue this time.
Yeah. I hope
Yeah.
the Japan visa will be more easier than the US.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'd love to see you go. And I think that's going to be so great when that happens. And all the whole community needs to come around and support.
Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
Well
much.
played. Well played.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Capcom.
Say something first.
I'd like to tell all the fans, keep playing this game. It's really fun to play, and
Yeah.
you may improve your skills, and you may be a good player in the future. So, and I would like to thank everyone who attend this tournament. I appreciate all the people who attend this tournament and the commentary, you, of course.
Thanks again.
Okay.
everybody. Thanks
Thank
again.
you so much,
Alright.
Sionic, for taking out the time and talking to us after your win. Again, big congratulations. Hope you go and celebrate with your friends. This is a very deserved win. And looking forward to many more great games from you at Capcom Cup 11.
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Absolutely. All right.
Take
Have a
care,
great
guys.
Good
night.
to see you. Take care.
Celebrate.
Yeah. Take care, all of you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Yay!
All
And
right.
there it is, your champion, Sionic. What a humble guy to say that I was coming into this tournament thinking I'm gonna lose.
Yeah. It shows that he thinks very highly of his opponents. He's it's almost like a very shonen hero kind of story. Like,
Yes. Because he lost one World Warrior, he's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna lose.
and he holds everyone to a very high standard. He was almost, I think he said somewhere that he was hoping someone else would also step up to the plate. It's almost like you are so respectful of the fight that you end up like, wanting to push your opponent further and further and wanting them to improve as well. So on that note, I think the region has improved a lot.
Yeah.
Even compared to last year. Like, everyone who has played in this region has, I think, in a general sense, improved compared to where they were the previous year. So really, hats off to everyone. Everyone playing well also ends up making the best players also improve as well. So as a community, improving together is very important, because when we send our players, whoever from whichever country makes it to Capcom Cup, right? We want them to play their best, to represent our region at its highest possible, glory or like potential, So it's really I hope we can keep improving as a region over and over, as steadily as we can over the years, right? So.
I think it's your I absolutely agree, and SI said that in his final thoughts, about the region, of the thought of keep improving, keep playing. And I think with SI's final thoughts, we'll leave you with that chat. What a great event. Thank you all for watching. We today, I think, had the highest viewership we've had for a Street Fighter 6 event in this region. So thank you so much for the support. Keep supporting the players. Keep supporting Sionic. He is your champion of South Asia Regional Finals. FR, what a pleasure to do this event alongside you. Huge shout outs to Yoda in the back end, handling everything you're seeing. Keep supporting the scene, guys, and we will see you next time. Take care.
Likewise, I can't I can't overstate this enough. I'm really glad that we have something like this going on, and really props to you guys for pulling this together. It's a pleasure once again to have commentated alongside you, Gupshup. I hope we'll do more of this in the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah, good night, chat. We'll see you soon, hopefully.